At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, woo! With low prices on home, woo! Beauty, woo! And fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. Woo! So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, Halloween is tomorrow, followed by Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas time. And while a lot of us will be opening gifts around the tree with family, our very own Miles Montgomery, he'll be in Africa on safari. But before he can commune with nature on the mother continent, he has to get a series of shots right here in the States. That includes everything from COVID to diphtheria to tetanus to pertussis to both hepatitis A and B to measles, mumps, rubella, polio, and yellow fever. Now, that's according to the CDC, but they might want to add a shot for Lassa fever. I say this because earlier this week, a man in Iowa, he died from contracting Lassa fever after visiting Africa. I'm just saying. Now, that said, you don't have to go to Africa to contract a life-threatening illness. You ever heard of Eastern equine encephalitis? Neither had the family of a Connecticut man until doctors explained to them that that's what killed him. And he got it from a mosquito in his own backyard, again, in Connecticut. And while it's well documented that mosquitoes, much like your mom, are known to spread disease, let's not forget about those other six-legged rat bastards known as ticks. Ticks suck 5 ways from Sunday with their Lyme disease, something else I can't pronounce, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and more. Well, add a new illness to the repertoire. And while I can't pronounce it, it's not good, and they just found the first tick to be infected with this particular disease. Good news for us, that's in Illinois. But here in Washington State, well, a few workers at a commercial egg farm in Franklin County, yeah, they've been infected and tested positive for bird flu. In Colorado, a girl is fighting kidney failure after getting E. coli from one of the quarter pounders from McDonald's. And a woman in Brooklyn, she was blinded by parasites after making a quote-unquote mistake with her contact lenses. Oh, yeah. There's lots of different ways to get sick, feel under the weather, have to visit the hospital. Who knows? And the doctor tells you some big, long Latin term for the thing that's making you feel the way you feel. And that's what today's question is. We want to know, infection, disease, or illness. What did you have to deal with?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Old Pacholas, away we go. Welcome to Season 19, Episode number 4,209. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The exciting return of Who Sucks Less. Steve, I don't know how you do it. You bring us 3 stories of people doing bad things every week.
Yeah.
It's up to us to determine out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Is there a theme to this week's Who Sucks Less?
No particular theme, not as strong as last week. Except, look, first I would say if you get busted committing a crime and then you have a court case, maybe don't commit the same crime on the way to court.
All right.
It generally doesn't work in your favor. Everyone gets a late night hankering for a snack. Be careful of what you accuse your Uber driver of doing. And finally, I would just say, if you got a job to do, just do it. Even if you're having a bad
Okay.
day, just
All right.
do the thing they expect you to do.
I would say that this is an edition where things that once belonged to somebody are no longer in that person's possession.
You know what, that is actually that is a very strong theme. You're correct.
Who Sucks Less coming up at 4:30 today. Not only that, we do have a little special announcement to make concerning our Ola Days Porter Party, which is happening Saturday up at Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville from 4 until 8, absolutely free. We have some good news as far as some of the things that will be available there up in Woodinville.
Is there any word from Kelsey? Yeah, Mike. I want to get the porta potty for the porta party. Just because it's a porta potty.
The email I still only have is I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
He's
very
not happy with this whole thing.
Right.
He doesn't want to have to deal with this whole thing.
It's just an idea. Who doesn't want to
okay.
say, hey, man, I went to the porta potty.
Come up and taste the brand new Men's Room Ola Days Porter as we're having our Porter Party. This is going to be
a porta potty.
That's right.
Yeah, the porta. If you're gonna have a porta party, you might as well have a porta potty.
Yes, the beer is only available on draft. Taste it for the very first time with us on Saturday from 4 until 8, with notes of Grandma's rum balls, chocolate, vanilla, orange peel, and holiday spices.
Did your grandmother make rum balls?
She did not make rum balls. I don't know if I've ever had a rum ball.
I've had rum balls. I don't think it's my grandmother. My grandmother was a fantastic cook. By the way,
Are we going to get a rum ball machine there too?
the secret ingredient for everything that my grandmother made, the ashes from her Salem cigarette.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen those at family holidays.
Yeah, rum ball. They're good, man.
There's rum in them, yeah?
Yes, there is.
Could you get messed up eating those things? Like if you
I
give them to
got
the kids?
drunk on rum cake as a child.
All right, rum cake.
Yeah, I was like 12 years old. My aunt had made a rum cake, and it was really, really good. I did not know that I was drunk, but like anything, just my night was starting to fade. I'm getting super tired. I just want to lay down. I don't know what's wrong with me. I wake up the next morning, still feel like crap. And my mother finally pieced together. She's like, I think you got drunk on your aunt's rum cake.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, well, it was good. I ate a lot of it.
Dude, the worst as a kid is biting into one of those chocolates and it's got liquor in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, that's kind of what I thought a rum ball was, but just filled with rum instead of...
No, like for an adult, you wouldn't get drunk because it's 1/3 a cup rum. Yeah, and you're cooking it.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
As a child, you're right.
Hey, Miles, if you're up to the challenge, eat 50 by yourself.
All right. It's part of our Ola Days Holiday Porter, and it does have some of Grandma's rum balls, chocolate, vanilla, orange peel, holiday spices, and a portion that proceeds, of course, benefit our friends at the Fisher House. This is a very limited release beer.
Yeah.
It's only available on draft, and we will have locations where hopefully you can find it close to your neighborhood. Either way, just stop by the Black Raven Brewing Facility in Woodinville on Saturday from 4 till 8 as we have our Ola Days Porter Party.
Porter Party, yes.
Porter Party. And that announcement coming up at about 4:25 concerning said party.
Somebody here says you should get a porta potty and make it a photo booth.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's a
Porta potty photo booth. Yes.
Yeah.
Mike, get on that. I'm sure Council will like this more.
Porta potty.
Photo booth.
Bring some pot.
Yeah, go into that bathroom and take pictures. That's
I needed another P word, pot.
It's just like a photo booth, but it's not. It's a porta potty. All right. On to the question, infection, disease, or illness. What did you have to deal with? We start with this one out of all places, Africa. Health officials are investigating the death of an Iowa resident as a suspected case of Lassa fever, a frightening viral hemorrhaging fever rarely seen in the U.S. The patient returned to the U.S. from West Africa earlier this month. Now, the person was not sick while traveling, so the risk to fellow airline passengers, they say, is extremely low. Officials with the U.S. Center for Disease Control Prevention said the virus is not spread by casual contact. Patients are not believed to be infectious before these symptoms occur. Now, the patient, he had been hospitalized in isolation at the University of Iowa Healthcare Medical Center. Testing by a laboratory showed that the patient was presumably positive for Lassa fever. If the results are confirmed, the case would be the 9th known case of the Lassa fever since 1969.
55 years.
And travelers returning to the U.S. from areas where the disease is found. Now, the CDC is assisting Iowa health officials to identify as many people as they can who had contact with the patient after his symptoms began. Those identified as close contacts will be monitored for then like 3 weeks. Now, state and local health officials are working to learn how the patient, who they did not identify, became infected. Early information suggests the patient had contact with rodents in West Africa. The virus is carried by rodents and spread to humans through contact with urine or feces droppings of infected animals. In rare cases, it can be transmitted among people through direct contact with a sick person's blood or bodily fluids, mucous membranes. So if you kiss somebody or through sexual contact, if you're doing that as well.
What if you're just sweaty? It's Africa, traditionally hot, right?
Well, they say symptoms.
You're on safari, you sweat a little bit, like you going to infect the safari guide.
Well, symptoms are typically mild, include fever. So
Okay.
you're going to run hot, and you probably would sweat, fatigue, and headache. Some people may develop vomiting, bleeding, difficulty breathing, facial swelling, pain in the back,
Jesus.
chest. Sounds like you're taking a drug.
Yeah, basically.
With all the side
That's like
effects.
the side effects of a drug to get rid of it, right?
Yeah. But this.
But
is,
out of Africa,
man.
you don't say.
I saw that. That's what I. The headline is Iowan dies of frightening virus.
Yeah, frightening.
After travel to Africa. Frightening. That's what I don't understand. So why is this frightening compared to other viruses that you might... what does it do? Like, do you have to keep popping your eyeball back in?
I think you got toward the end, like you said, all right, fever, diarrhea. You go like, all right, standard stuff. But the crap you read at the very end, like, I think that's what makes it terrifying. Plus, they said it's a hemorrhaging one.
Oh, yeah.
So to me... that means like whatever's in your body starts popping out through, I'm not saying it's going to happen to you on safari, but it might.
I'll tell you this: as many shots as I've taken.
That sounds pretty scary to me. I wouldn't want it, but I'm not going to Africa.
That's right. They, every time I go get shots, I need to go get more shots. It's
how many shots have you gotten just for the Africa trip? Right.
So far, I've gotten 5.
Is it less if you weren't going on safari and you were just like, hey, I'm just hanging in Cape Town for 5 days?
You know what? It depends on what countries you travel to. They all have different travel. So yellow fever is prevalent in some areas. Monkeypox, believe it or not.
Have you gotten your monkeypox shot?
You cannot get a monkeypox shot here.
Okay, wait. So they tell you, like, look, man, you don't want monkeypox, and there's monkeypox shots, but we're not giving you one.
You can't have one. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to have it.
Do you have to get monkeypox first? And then?
I don't.
Why do they have the shot if they're not going to give it to you?
For some reason, monkeypox is prevalent among the homosexual community through homosexual sex and intravenous drug use. So it's almost very similar to what early AIDS was.
Correct.
Right? But King County only has like 20 of these shots. So I don't know.
You're not considered high risk enough?
Correct. I don't know what the stipulation is if I need to,
What's that conversation like? Because you're like, look, I'm lining these up because I'm taking a trip to Africa. I want to get the shots that the CDC recommend. And, like, you really want to get those shots. You bring up monkeypox, and they're just like, no.
I still have to get yellow fever. I still have to get a hepatitis B shot, I'm pretty sure.
And
But here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm reading it. It's almost like if you don't, seems like you're just not high risk. Even though you're going somewhere that has it, but you're right. You're not.
I'm not in that category.
I don't know.
Because
you
they
could be
only
having sex in bathhouses.
But they only have so many shots.
Yeah, limited supply as well.
So that's why, you can't just go to Walgreens and get one of these things. Monkeypox, you can't. I mean, I went to the hospital. I called the county, and they're like, "Nah, you can't have it." And I was like,
"Wow,
yeah."
So you're waiting on yellow fever.
I don't shoot up drugs, and I don't have sex. Period. So
we'll kick the tires in Africa. Do both of those things and see what happens.
Exactly. So that's. But I tell you what, every time I do get a shot, you do feel like ass for a few days. I mean,
does the ass feel different based on the shot you got? You know what I'm saying? So like, you get the flu virus, it feels like crap, but it feels like you have the flu. So when you get, what is the shot you've gotten where these side effects, you're like, I'm just not personally used to this particular set of side effects?
The one that surprised me the most was the COVID booster along with the flu shot.
Really?
I got those in one arm, and that combination was, you feel a little off.
Okay.
For like a day or two. You're kind of like, oh, God, I feel like ass. Just dragging around, and I still got to go back and get more. I did not check all the boxes on this.
Didn't you say someone who's also going with you on this forgot to send you the rest of the shots you need?
Yeah, that's correct. So I've got.
Please, don't do that.
No,
if I forget my toothbrush, I'm okay. Don't tell me, I forgot to tell you need this shot.
Yeah, you got to take pills before you go for the mosquito-borne illnesses.
Okay.
So malaria.
What concerns you more, honestly, as far as safari?
What is really going to kill me?
Poking fun, right? It's like, this is going to kill you. Is it mosquitoes or is it a lion?
It's a mosquito. I mean, that is the craziest thing about this whole thing. I just want to go and see my kid, make sure she's doing okay. And I'm also going to do these things while I'm there. There's no point in going all the way there.
Right.
And not riding around in the wilderness in a Jeep with no top on it.
Okay, that's the other thing I was going to ask you.
No top.
You found out that the Jeeps you're in have no top.
That is correct, yes.
Who picked those? Because I can't imagine you did.
I did not pick those. See, I would be in a tank. That would be how I would do it. I would say, hey, I want a big.
It's not really a safari then.
I want a big tank.
Well, look, I'm a Miles, bro. I don't need a tank, but I want a lid on my roof. And the reason why is you just see the videos, the lions are always sleeping on the hood of the Jeep because the engine's warm like a cat. And, that's fine because the thing is, when you close the door, you're going to wake it up. If I'm in a covered wagon, I'm a lot less concerned about the lion being awake. If it's an open top and he pops his eyes open and now he's staring through the windshield and maybe he's a bad sleeper, I don't know.
Just don't look him in the eye.
Is that the thing? Because I said to Miles, look, certain animals, I know you don't look them in the eye. Other
Miles,
animals,
do not look animals in the eye.
But I also heard the one thing about, big cats, when they stalk, they like to do things by surprise because they want minimal fight, right? That's why they attack from behind, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they think you're looking at them, it ruins their ambush. There was a guy, an Australian farmer, but he's in Africa, and the lions expected or wiping out his cattle. Dude took a Sharpie and painted giant eyeballs on the cows' asses. So when they're grazing, it looks like a giant set of eyeballs. The lions haven't attacked.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just watched a lion guy, like a tamer, get attacked. It was like his first day, and the lion looked at him. He stared the lion down, then walked towards it. And
that was day one?
Yeah, I guess he was. He was newer.
An apprentice?
Yeah. I don't. You know what, man? Honestly,
there's so many. There's
good luck.
There's so many. There's so many things that potential. Okay, for an example, I told you as far as the clothing goes, you need to wear kind of an army green or tan khaki type clothing.
Look like Steve Irwin.
We do have a mutual friend that just took her mother there too.
Okay,
and they did. I saw they were on safari.
Has the mother returned?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you're right. They definitely had outdoorsy stuff like dark red and green on.
Okay, well, see, the thing is, if you wear red or blue, now this is outside of the safari, the mosquitoes are attracted to those colors. Right. So no matter where you are, even if you wanted to go to dinner, you could put on a red shirt, but that's just as dangerous.
I heard blue is for mosquitoes anyway. Yeah. Blue is the main color they're attracted to.
You do not want to, for an example, get any water in your mouth when you're showering. Or, you do not even, you wouldn't.
Isn't it kind of hard not to?
You wouldn't even broach the idea of brushing your teeth in the sink. All these different things that you can't do.
So are you just going to have nasty mouth for a couple of weeks?
I'm on guard 24.
So is it just pathogens in the water?
Right.
Diseases from mosquitoes?
That's just going to make me poop nonstop for days.
Right. So it probably attracts animals.
I mean, can you just bring a bunch of mouthwash and call that good?
Yeah, but it's also the middle of summer there.
But do you want to smell minty on safari?
I also don't want to
smell good.
I don't want to spend a whole day with a swamp ass in the middle of
Would you rather be dead?
Or have swamp ass?
Take the swamp ass.
Death or swamp ass. It's your choice.
I guess I'll take the.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, we're light.
What do you care?
We're light cotton. Here I am with a big brown streak down the middle of my back of my pants. Walking around.
Better than being dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would not want to be with the same 5 people and be God. It smells like poop.
Right.
But if it's that or death, I'm a poop guy.
But if you smell like poop and then you're on safari, all these insects are going to be attracted to you, and the
animals,
right. And you're going to get whatever disease.
I smelled your swamp ass from a mile away. I got here as fast as I can, but I'm a cheetah. Didn't take long. Infection, disease, or illness, what did you have to deal with? 206.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal. Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
803 Rock.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Hot off the presses, there's been an unexplained rise in walking pneumonia among very young kids, ages 2 to 4.
Really?
Yes.
What do they think that's from?
The bacteria that causes walking pneumonia, Mycoplasma pneumoniae.
I'm sure that's exactly it.
Striking is what they're saying as far as the age. The bacteria is more typically seen in older adults and older kids. Those who are infected don't necessarily end up with pneumonia. In fact, only about 1 in 10 people infected develop what tends to be a less intense form.
Yeah, my mother had walking pneumonia a couple years ago, man. And it wasn't like life-threatening, but it just wiped her out all the time.
That's basically what it says.
Yeah.
The fatigue,
It's
the headaches,
brutal.
fever,
Yeah.
dry cough, symptoms much like those of COVID or RSV, they say. The main difference is the cough tends to worsen as the weeks go on and can persist as long as a month.
Yep.
And if you think, like I've had pneumonia twice, right? But the first time I got it in high school, I just kept going to school and stuff. It was like, I'm just sick or whatever.
Sure.
Then, like, over Christmas, it got real bad. So, like, I think, like, the 26th, my mom took me to the doctor, and they put me in the hospital.
Yeah. How long? Jesus.
Like, 2.5, maybe 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, they were just, like the it was like a second cousin of hers.
All right.
So she knew the doctor, but even he was like, you should have brought him in like a week ago.
So help my dumb ass out. What is the difference between pneumonia and walking pneumonia? Does it get like a pair of Nikes and hit the street? Like,
no, walking pneumonia just generally, like when I got it the second time, I knew closer and went to the doctor, and they were like, start taking this medicine, go home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
but what makes it walking pneumonia?
Right.
That you
Thank
could
you.
stay home and physically walk around.
Gotcha.
As opposed to like my pneumonia was walking pneumonia, it got worse.
Then you have
So
pneumonia.
pneumonia is
go to the
worse. It
hospital.
puts you down. Okay.
Yeah,
Right. Walking pneumonia just means like you're really sick, but you're not dying.
Well, sometimes the name is what scares the hell out of me. Look, you could have spotted fever, right? But then there's Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Right, and you go, okay.
I mean, like,
why
to me,
is
that's
the
like,
Rocky
why is
Mountain
Rocky-
spotted worse?
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like,
Is the Rocky
why-
Mountain Park getting spotted?
Well, think about it. Chicken pox, and they're like, all right, you can survive chicken pox. Monkey pox, like, we won't even give you.
Right.
Like, so what's
Like,
going on with the pox?
Rocky Mountain Road it sounds like a good ice cream. Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
It does not.
It doesn't. Why did you have to put Rocky Mountain in front of it? Just to make it sound worse? I don't know why Rocky Mountain sounds worse, but it just does.
Does it have anything to do with the oysters? Is that what's getting
Yeah,
spotted?
exactly. Our question, infection, disease, or illness, what did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROCK.
You know they sell those at Coors Field?
Oh, that
In
Rocky
Denver.
Mountain noise? Yeah, of course.
People say they're good.
I've heard that they're good. I'm sure they're good. It's beef. Really, the only thing that freaks you out is like it's testicles. But
Yeah.
after that, yeah, we eat every other part of the cow. I'm like, oh.
I've heard that it does kind of have that sensation when you bite into it.
Hello, Scott. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hello. How you doing?
Hola.
Hola. Well, I was in Utah hanging out with my RV, and I had to come back home to Granite to pick up some meds and some mail. So I cleaned out the pooper, because I was leaving the RV there. Well, a couple days before, I clipped my fingernails. I have numb hands because of the surgeries. Anyways, my fingernails started separating, so I wrapped it up. Well, as I cleaned the pooper, it got some on my hands and on my Band-Aid. I washed my hands and I washed the Band-Aid. I should have changed it. That was Thursday. Friday, I left for Washington, got here Saturday, went to take a shower. Sunday, showed my son, and he told me to get to Providence Hospital right away. Providence looked at me. I had gangrene.
In one finger, or had it spread? How does that work?
One finger, and it went quick. And I had to get back to Utah to my RV. I was like, "Come on, guys, so cut it off. Let's go." But they wanted to keep me for 7 days, and they wanted to keep me for more. In fact, I just left the hospital now, the infectious disease, when you guys came on.
Are you for real, man? So wait, how long ago did this happen?
The 27th, they cut it off, and it was 4 days prior to that.
They cut the finger off? It's gone?
Yeah, totally off. Yeah, and what happened was they put, dissolving stitches on the end of it. I have 2 dogs, if you can't hear them in the back.
Yeah, I can hear them now.
She jumped on me and broke the stitches, because they were dissolved already, and it opened it all up again. So it looked like, for the past 2 months, like someone just cut it off, and you could see the bone and all that.
Which finger and on what hand?
Middle. Now I can just nub ya.
Middle finger.
Off, I can nub ya.
Middle finger, right hand.
Yep.
So it looks like
hand, yep.
And so what? They cut it all the way off.
It almost looks like you got devil horns on it.
To the last knuckle.
Okay, that's so you can't really give anyone the finger anymore. I mean, not with that hand.
I can nub ya.
Yeah, but that doesn't have the same impact.
Yeah. You sound like a guy that enjoys giving people the finger.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Well, hang on now. You're driving an RV through Utah out to Washington. I hear your accent. I'm like, sir, where are we running from?
I'm from Boston originally.
Boston, all right.
I left there in 82, California, 10 years, up here for 36 years.
All right.
Go figure.
Okay. And that accent is still there, brother. It has gone nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, is it weird that your own fecal matter was the reason that your finger's gone? I mean, when you think about where your finger has been previously in your life, I mean, isn't that a little... I know you had an open wound, but still.
Well, you got to think your body is saying, like, I want to get rid of everything in your butt. Like, if it's in your butt, I don't want it. There's nothing good here.
Well, no, that's not true. What about fecal transplants?
Well, if someone needs whatever, I don't think, do they just take a turd and stick it in there, or do they extract something from it?
I don't know. They take good people's
right, if you have a healthy
sample,
gut. But do they just give you poop, or do they extract something from the poop and give you that?
I don't know.
I don't want to know.
I've never had that, but apparently when they do it, it
makes a huge difference.
It tends to work. Yeah. So I don't know anything about it, but that is, I mean, how did you lose your finger? Well, I got poop on it.
My poop.
And then they had to cut it off.
And by the way, so there's people that, you'll donate organs, and there's people waiting to get those organs. When it comes to, the fecal matter thing, how do they determine who, because I meant, so do I go for a routine physical, right? And at the end of my physical, they say, hey, I don't know if you know this, but you have great poop. You should put your name on this list, and if someone needs a poop transplant, you would be a great guy for it. I mean,
it seems like
that's how it works?
It seems like it's always the weirdest case scenario where someone, for an example, they can't contract HIV, or they cannot contract AIDS, or whatever it is, and some of those people they use them.
Right, but I'm saying there's such a limited number of people that you would
fecal
know.
matter in someone who is infected.
Because, say you need a kidney, all right? And it turns out I'm a blood match. Now, in real life, I'd never give you one of my kidneys. But say I'd be nice and give you a kidney. Now they say, Miles needs a poop transplant. Can I volunteer? Well, check my poop. Maybe mine will help.
Well, if it was a coworker, who would you pick? Is there anybody healthy?
Safe.
Is there anybody in this building
VD
that we know for a
VD? Because of his diet, man.
All right, okay.
You know
fair
what I mean?
enough.
I don't know. I might take Mike's.
Nothing against you, Mike, but between you and VD, as far as who just eats healthy, VD just eats healthy.
He drinks a lot more whiskey, though.
Right. Whiskey's his downfall, but I don't think my body's past that. But I mean, he eats stuff that I don't like. Grains.
You don't get any of my
vegetables.
Mike,
spinach.
Can I get dibs on a poo?
Yeah, damn right, man.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Kyle.
but there are a lot of people who don't eat vegetables and
have healthy stool,
live just as long and do just fine. It just like every car is different. You know,
it's all smell. Mine's healthy.
They'll all get you.
Is that what that is? But smell like a barn.
Oh, the bathroom smells awful right now. I don't know what in the hell.
Does it?
Yes, it smells
Who
like.
dropped a heater?
I don't think anyone dropped a heater. I really think it is the outtake. The outtake line.
Oh.
Usually that doesn't happen until like 4:35, though.
It has just bad. I mean, you walk in there and it's like, oh, God. Infection, disease, or illness, what do you have to deal with, or what did you? 206-803-ROCK.
Animals are healthy.
Yeah. Ted, I walked in there the other day. You were dropping one. I just went at a leak, and I'm like, Ted is on a steady diet of match heads. That is. As soon as I opened the door, I'm just like, God damn it, man. And everyone's been working together long enough, like, I knew it was you just based on smell.
Yeah.
You open the door like, that's Ted. Mike, I know you. Miles, you make so much noise when you poop. Like, that's Miles.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to
Miles
play.
is a drive-by, man.
It is kind of amazing. I mean, he is like a B whatever bomber.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's right. I'm out. Hey, look, I learned a lot from that hemorrhoid surgery. You don't want to linger.
Right.
You don't want to go there again. I know for a fact I never want to see that movie again.
But for you, Miles, it's a production. As much as you talk about how people ask you, are you going to poop when you stand up? You walk in like, sorry, I'm in here, man. I got to go drive.
Yeah. But I do it like a pit stop.
You do.
Yeah, this is
You're
NASCAR.
like a NASCAR pit stop in there, man. And then you just
flush.
As soon as it hits water, I hear toilet paper going and then a flush. Like, damn, Miles. Take a second.
Changed all 4 tires.
Light a cigarette.
Got
Damn.
gas, the whole thing. Infection, disease, or illness. Wait till you have hemorrhoids.
Cuddle a little bit.
It'll change the way you poop. What did you have to deal with? 206-803.
Hey, the cab fare before he put his socks on.
You got to do it like Miles. You got to do it like F1. Just, Miles, pit.
Right. Yeah. Got a little voice.
Oh, is it time to pit? Pit.
Oh my God.
Hello, Pete. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, so I was told to make it short and sweet. It's kind of a story. Almost 3 years ago, we were in the process of moving, and my better half was at the place we were moving into, and I was still packing up the old house, and everything told me I had pulled a big muscle in my abdomen. And finally she said, dude, go to the doctor, because, I'm a guy. I'm not going to go if I really...
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so they had me, after about 7 hours in a waiting room, because everybody else was actually bleeding, they got me on the table, and they're doing that thing where they put your fingers on you, and they tap their fingers, and they move around. And he got to the right side of my abdomen, and he did it, and he pulled back really quick and said, wow. And so I kind of officially knew I was having a terrible day.
Yeah, that's a sign.
Is that what, appendix rupture?
This was too high for that. They sent me in for a CAT scan. When it came back, first thing they did was take this big old Q-tip and try to scratch the back of my eyeballs with it. And I was like, man, what gives? And I said, oh, yeah, before we send you upstairs, we got to make sure you're not COVID positive. And I said, hey, let's have a chat about this.
Right. Why are you sending me upstairs? How about that?
Yeah. I mean, did you have a conversation about me without me? And so they said that the CAT scan showed an abscess on my liver, what they described as, and I quote, the size of a pomegranate.
Damn.
And yeah, it's kind of sucked, man.
Yeah. How do you think that happened? Was that hereditary, or did you?
They said it was just, if you don't want to pull the short straw, don't pull straws. And so it's just a freak accident. But they think that it started with diverticulitis, which is the bottom of your colon.
Oh yeah.
Collecting and then
like seeds and nuts.
Yeah, but like I was saying, you eat a lot of nuts.
No, it's just like you're. I know it's had like a little polyp that let go, and it got some bacteria into my system. And once it's in your blood, every bit of blood goes through your liver, and all your organs apparently have these little cysts on them. And a little piece of bacteria got in there and set up shop and went nuts. And I said, "How long has this been there?" And they said it could be 6 months, could have been 6 days or 6 weeks.
Wow, that's And then what do they do to flush out your system? Because at this point, they're saying the infection is entirely in your bloodstream, right?
No, it was it actually they said kind of the same scolding. Why didn't you get in here earlier?
Of course, you know what? Because we're normal people, Doc. Good God,
because it wasn't my junk, so I'm not that. Yeah, and we all laugh at that, but no, they said that the diverticulitis real common in men my age. It got into my bloodstream, it set up shop in my liver, and it was on the outside of my liver. And so that's where it just sort of started creating this ball of essentially just pus. And so it wasn't in my bloodstream, but they said that had I been in a car accident wearing a seatbelt, it probably would have ruptured, and they would have had to put me in a coma for a month.
So that's why I don't wear a seatbelt.
So they did remove this thing.
Well, what they did was they admitted me, and then they doped me up the next day. And I can tell you why they keep fentanyl under lock and key. And so they knocked me out.
They don't on 3rd.
Pardon?
They don't on 3rd Avenue. It's widely available.
Apparently they don't.
Yeah.
But, we it's everywhere, I guess. But anyway, so they just knocked me out for a little while, and they put in a drain in this little bulb that it was collecting in. And I had to drain that every day. And I got over 250 cc's drainage in the first 2 days.
Jesus, man.
What did this stuff look like?
It looked like really bad gravy.
Was it
curdled chocolate milk?
It gray?
It was kind of a grayish brown, and the smell was something you never forget. And imagine taking out some beef stroganoff on Friday morning,
all right,
and then leaving it out all weekend, and coming back on Monday in Atlanta in August.
Oh, come on! All right, that's a pretty good description, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, can I just die? Can I just not deal with this?
How long did it take for that thing to drain?
So they kept me in the hospital for 5 days. And that was the only time whining and bitching about something got me what I wanted, because I made myself as big a pain in the ass as I could, and they finally let me go home.
All right. Did you have to get some of your intestine removed?
Nope.
All right. So you still
didn't have any real. They just put a drain in. I've got a little scar. It's about a quarter inch on my abdomen, where they had the tube hanging out of me, and it was about 6 or 7 weeks before they decided it was all healed up.
God. 6 or 7 weeks of bad gravy and hot beef stroganoff.
I got to ask, did you have sex while you had this thing in?
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I was going to say. I'm telling you, man. If we were together, I'd just keep staring at that thing. Like, golly, dude. What?
Yeah,
I don't even know if I could get a.
Nah, you can fight through some things, but like if you can see it,
if you could smell it, if you can see it,
bad gravy.
Just like I don't think we're gonna. I don't need it. I don't even know if I could get excited.
Because my concern would be like, man, if the tube pops out in the act, like I don't want any of that stuff coming out of you. I do not want it on me. Bad Gravy, by the way, great name for a band.
Gray.
No, Bad Gravy.
Bad Gravy. I'm just thinking of the color of it. Gray. Nasty. And I know exactly what he's saying. It's just like that whitish, just nasty.
Well, he said it's pus. So I had to look up. Everyone knows what pus is, but do you actually know what pus is?
No.
Right. So that was everyone knows what it is, but then I go
I know how to spell it.
Better than some. It's a thick yellowish or greenish opaque liquid produced in infected tissue consisting of dead white blood cells and bacteria with tissue debris and serum.
Serum.
So there you go. That is what pus actually is.
Get it out. Yeah. Days in the hospital too, man. That just sucks.
Especially when you're just draining.
Yeah,
that's it. It's not even like recovery. It's like you're just draining into a tube.
Yeah, if you're not peeing, the word draining and your body don't go together.
Not good.
No. You have your knee drained?
I have not. Don't want it to.
That's awful.
Yeah. Infection, disease, or illness, what did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROCK.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Here's some fun headlines. Connecticut dad dies from rare mosquito-borne virus he caught in his own backyard. Damn. First tick infected with a rare illness discovered in Lake County. This is in northern Illinois. You brought that up earlier on the show.
Yay, thanks, ticks, because you don't suck already.
More Washington State egg farm workers are sick with the avian flu.
Yep.
Does that mean if you have eggs that are infected with avian flu, would you ever know? I know they're pasteurized.
I mean, look, right. They're the source, ground zero.
Yeah.
But the good news is apparently that you can't pass it person to person. But if you work in that industry, you can get it obviously from the chickens.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, yeah, they're not contagious.
So an infected chicken
can give it to you.
But I can't get it from its egg.
I don't know that part. I just can't get it from you. So whether you got it from the chicken or the egg, I would just say, boy, it sucks to be you.
Okay.
But, you know.
And back to McDonald's, Colorado teen fights kidney failure after eating the quarter pounder from the Onions. Our question, infection, disease, or illness, what did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROCK.
A couple of quick texts here. We're talking about fecal transplants. How do you figure out who has good fecal matter? Guy says, my wife actually studied fecal matter transplant. It's not all created equal. Some people have very sought after bacteria and make good money donating it for transplant. I don't know. It's a money game.
How do you find out you have good bacteria in your poo?
I think that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Like, if you do good, and I understand they might put you on a registry or a list or something like that, but I don't know if it's a specific test where I say, Doc, test my poop, or if it's just part of the regular physical that they give you. I don't know. Right. But I'm going to ask my doctor next time. And then the last guy that called, he had a drain after getting whatever the hell he had, the liver abscess.
Yeah.
So a couple of people with drains says, I got a tooth abscess, had the same drain sticking out of my face. 6 days in Harborview. Doctor said, of course, if I waited another day before coming in, I'd be dead. Just so you know, whether that's true or not, I believe part of a doctor's paycheck is to tell you that no matter when you showed up at the hospital, you should have done it earlier.
Guess what? So, listener Becky emailed me and she said, I just got back from Africa. Where are you going? What do you need to know? And I was like, hey, here's where I'm going. Zimbabwe, South Africa, Nambia, I believe. And so I said, just tell me what's important. You know, like,
what do I need to know?
Take an Amazon 12-pack of travel tissues. No toilet paper in public toilets there. They don't sell Kleenex either.
Ooh, okay, good to know.
So if I want to wipe my butt, I need some tissues. See, that is relevant.
How do they not bring that up?
I know, that's what I'm saying. This is the kind of thing I need to know.
Well, you know you need to get shots, but look, if they don't have toilet paper, I want to know that.
If I get a case of the runs, which is probably going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. That's probably what happened.
You probably can find out Gazelle Burgers give you runs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Infection, disease, or illness. What'd you have to deal with there? 206-803-ROCK.
I mean,
I'm excited about this trip.
I mean, you should be. It's once in a lifetime. Might be the last thing you do, but still.
The worst thing is having the runs in a hot, bad spot.
And that's the thing. Africa ain't going to be chilly. You're going to be out there on safari. You're going to have swamp ass no matter what. Yeah. Having some toilet paper.
I mean, I guess it helps you're going. Oh, no, you're going in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be
south of the
summertime. Oh, yeah. You're going basically at their summer solstice.
Yep.
That's going to be awesome. Man, oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Hello, Gloria. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi.
Hola.
Okay, so I used to work at a botanic gardens and the greenhouses, and I was helping clear out in the conservatory a philodendron plant, and then I had a reaction to it. That went systemic, and I had all these, like, pussy, I sound kind of gross, these, like, pussy things erupting, like, all over my body.
Erupting?
And then I had to get, yes, like.
So they're just doing it on their own?
Like big-ass whiteheads everywhere?
Oh, yeah, but not like whiteheads. They were like, it looked like somebody had taken like little lesions all over me. So I had to get like steroid shots in the ass. And I was just like laid up with like bags of like frozen peas and corn all over me, just like as ice packs.
Was it
inflammation down?
Was it everywhere on you?
Oh, yeah, but I was only exposed on my arms. It's just that my body reacted so strongly.
But that includes like you're downstairs next to the hoo-ha. Like you still had all this white pussy stuff going on?
No, just on like my torso, my legs, and my arms. So thankfully not down there.
All right. Could you pass that on to somebody if they touched you?
No.
Right,
it was
so
just my body reacting to the oxalic acid and the sap.
Okay.
So, like,
well, nobody was going to touch you. I mean, look, man, if you got erupting pustules on your body, I'm not going in for the hug.
We had the call earlier with a little thing coming out of his stomach. Did you have sex during this?
No.
Okay, I wouldn't think so.
Did it hurt?
I would not have felt like it.
Okay.
Not feeling your best. Do you feel bad when this is going on, or does it? Did it look worse or feel worse?
It looked worse. I still felt really bad. Like I was tired and just like feverish. And yeah, I looked like a zombie. It would be great for Halloween.
How long did it take? How long for the reaction to take? Like before these things started blowing up all over your skin?
I had an initial response that day just on my arm, but I didn't think anything of it. Like I've had reactions to plants before.
I was going to say, like, do they put a warning label on this plant? I mean, is it just that plant, or is that plant just the one that you are allergic to?
So I was working at this botanic gardens. It's all tropical plants, right? And they have their defenses. Like we studied them, and we studied, medicinal uses that they're used for and things like that. So we know that plants have toxins, but I'd never had a reaction to it before. It was just it was a growing up into the canopy of the conservatory where I was working. So it was just a very healthy, happy philodendron. Like a lot of people have these plants in their houses.
They do. I was going to ask, is this something that I could own?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wait, what? What does it look like?
I'm saying it doesn't have a warning label on it, like might cause you to break out in zits?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to be careful with plants you buy at greenhouses because they're toxic to dogs and cats too. And
yeah, I'm not worried about my cat. Are poinsettias, are they one of the poisonous to cats, right?
They're poisonous, yeah.
Any flower I've ever bought home has been poisonous for somebody. I've never won that one. You know, it's like, do you know what this can do to our dog or cat?
I only know poinsettias because every Christmas it's like, well, don't get them if they have a dog.
Right.
And I always say, maybe your dog should stop eating plants.
Yeah.
You know, I'll try to be nice
Does
here.
your dog eat the Christmas tree too?
Yeah, I'll try to be nice here and give you a goddamn flower.
I know, but I'm going to tell you how you did it wrong.
Yeah.
What if my cat gets it? Well, I'll get you another cat.
I don't like your cat.
That's why I brought it.
Yeah.
It's for the cat, not you.
Happy Merry Christmas to me, cat gone.
What about my mistletoe belt buckles? You going to eat that?
Actually, we're going to run a special over at Pet Solutions.
Right, just all the poinsettias you can get.
Yeah, well, you know, you get 3 for $10 during the month of December.
Infection, disease, or illness, what did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROCK.
We drop them off, you call us 2 days later.
Hello, Becky. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
So, Miles, I'm the one that just emailed you.
Oh, thank you, Becky. I'm going to save that email and print it all up because there's a lot of good stuff in there.
How long were you in Africa?
A little over 3 weeks.
Okay, and you actually did a safari as well?
Oh, we did too, yeah.
You did too?
We did a lot.
Was it an uncovered vehicle?
They're open. They have covers over the top, but the sides are open. They're old Land Rover Defenders.
And you just drive right up to the line, don't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't.
Were you nervous each time you did it, or did you feel that your nerves started dialing back as you did it more often?
Never nervous, just in awe.
Really?
Oh, see?
Okay, now another quick question. When you get close to like a lion, elephant, rhino, whatever, how bad do they smell, man?
They don't.
Really?
They don't. You're out there in the middle of nowhere. These tours, these guys are so good. They are what make the tour is your tour guide. They know the flora, the fauna, the animal, their hoof print, when they're running and when they're not. They know what animal is doing what. And, I mean, we watched an alligator eat the hind end out of a dead water buffalo, and it was fascinating.
Wait, let me take my pants open.
So you're into that? No. Okay, but it sounds like
I want to see your porn history.
It sounds like if someone says hello to you, you got to give them $1.
Right?
It's like like everything.
Well,
you do.
yeah, you have to be very careful with eye contact. In South Africa, is very, very different. Cape Town was fabulous.
Are you talking about the animals or the people?
The people. Johannesburg, on the freeway, we went to see the Springboks play.
Oh, nice.
Argentina we had those tickets for I don't know how long.
Rugby.
Ted, I met you at the Black Raven. I'm the Sea Wolf fan.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, that makes sense if you're watching rugby in South Africa.
Hey, Becky, are you coming up on Saturday for the porter party? Party?
We will try, but we have England's play the Springboks at 8:10 in the morning, so we're going to watch.
Okay. All right.
But along the freeways, Johannesburg to Mumbai, they have signs that say, high crime area, don't get out of your car.
Oh, all right. Damn.
Yeah, and they tell you, and it is Johannesburg, the people at our little cool hotel, they would let us walk 2 blocks to the mall, but they wanted to know where we were. But
for your safety.
Town, yep. They don't want you walking around. There's a lot of people, a lot of muggings. But you know what? It didn't happen to us. People are always warning about crime anywhere you go.
That's true.
But I think if you look around and you look like you know what you're doing and you're aware. I didn't wear my wedding rings. I didn't wear jewelry. We went casual. We took 2 years to plan it. It was worth every.
It also helps, and I mean, it does not matter where you travel. I believe this to be true. A guy in Baltimore told me this years ago. Look crazy. Nobody messes with a crazy person. And I think, I cannot do his exact quote. It was very funny. He wasn't trying to be funny, but the general message that he sent to me was this. Like, listen, brother, if people think you're crazy, they won't mess with you. Because one thing that people think crazy people will do is bite them. Just people aren't scared to get punched, stabbed, shot. If you think someone's going to bite you, you're like, I'm not dealing with it.
I think walking speed too, right? You don't want to just be like looking around,
right?
But also, I feel like if you're walking too fast, it looks like you're obviously scared to be in that area.
But talk to yourself. If you're walking too fast, talk to yourself out loud at the same time. That plays to the crazy thing. If you're muttering under your breath.
I knew you're not supposed to look the animals in the eye. I didn't know the people.
Yeah, so what did you discover about the animals while you're out there? You said you're in awe and all that kind of thing. Like, what is the closest you got to an animal?
Oh, geez, arm length. Because those elephants are right next to you. And some of the springboks, kadoos, baboons. God, I love baboons.
What?
And I love them. They call them bandits, and they are into everything, and they're mischievous, and they will take people's phones, and you have to give them food to give it back. And I'm sorry, I just think it's hilarious.
Miles doesn't look too pleased.
This whole thing is I'm having second thoughts. Jesus,
I did call in because I got food poisoning. To Miles' everyone's going to get it. I mean, not Miles, but Ted. Yes, I got food poisoning at a chicken restaurant. Everybody had the same. Mark and I and the driver, my husband, had the same thing, but I ordered the sauce. It was the wettest and coldest September in this tent in the middle, like 5 hours out of the second largest city. There's toilet is with bamboo and stuff around it inside your tent. They got about 6 to 8 inches of covers on it.
You can't flush that toilet paper either, can you?
Toilet, because there's no lights in there. So I missed the toilet. I'm throwing up. I felt horrible. But you get up the next day, and most of it's gone because the ants and the bugs just...
Oh, they take all your Duke, huh?
Yeah.
The ants and the bugs haul it out.
So you don't need toilet paper, Miles?
Well, yeah, they can just eat it right off my butt. Cross up. I mean, jeez, a whiz. Like the alligator did.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this now.
You do.
Now I don't.
You do. It is a trip of a lifetime. The people make it. The people were all amazing.
Just as long as you don't look at them in the eye.
Don't look at them.
You know, they share with you. They're polite. They're funny. They have it. They are the happiest people with so little. It makes you just rethink your whole life.
Yeah, I've heard that I believe multiple times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, my daughter has not told me any of this. You know, I mean, she's in Namibia, but still, I mean, I haven't heard.
If you get a chance, go to Chobe.
What is Chobe?
And the Kavengia, I think it's Kavengia. It's where Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana meet, and it's a delta. And you take a river cruise, and you literally, the crocodiles are right there in front of you.
I don't want that. This is not a sales pitch right now.
And then you get herpes. You know, like, what else are you going to say? I mean, like, geez whiz. You come back without a limb, and, I mean, I don't want to hang out with crocodiles. That's just not...
You get to see them, though, and they're amazing. And the birds and the elephants cross right in front of you, all this whole herd.
Birds are good. Yeah, it's been good with birds so far. That's it.
Giraffes, zebras, springboks,
and baboons.
Baboons.
How close did these baboons get to you, man? I don't trust primates.
They'll come up and snatch stuff. I think they're funny.
Well, I'm going to tweak their nipple then if they come like that. There you go. Give them a nurple. You know what I mean?
Give you one back.
Exactly. Infection, disease, or illness. What did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROD.
How you feeling about that?
I appreciate the email.
I mean, look, she's sounding fascinated. I understand it's fascinating because she survived. But there's something about the idea of how close you get to a line. Oh, arm's length.
I got the runs and I had to poop in a, and they know.
It sounds like the safari's safer than
the people
that traveling around.
Don't go anywhere in Cape Town. Like that's the big city.
Right.
If we have a show in 2025, I'll be amazed.
Jesus Christ, man.
Throw it, I've done them before.
You going to pay for this? They should pay you.
We'll be good.
They should pay you.
All right.
God. I mean, look, it does sound fascinating. It also sounds terrifying. Because I'm like, hey, there's no top. She's like, well, there's a top. There's just no sides. Okay, same thing to me. Mm-hmm. Same thing. Is there an opening large enough for an animal to snatch me out? Because, like, look, you don't know the mood of the lion.
Right.
And he's arm's length.
Like anything else.
But again, only an average of 2 people die on these a year.
How do you know this?
Well, I've been looking it up.
Oh.
How many died this year?
How do they die?
Tell me one.
Well, one person just had a medical emergency.
All right,
somebody else did.
They got within a foot of a lion or
Somebody else did have an encounter with an animal.
Did they say what animal?
I can't remember. We were looking it up last week when we were talking about Miles.
So there's
dying.
one. All right, man. You got to round it out, apparently.
I'm going to look and see who looks the tastiest, and then I'm going to let them sit on the outside.
Yeah, maybe that's the move.
You just like if I got to eat somebody, kind of like one of those things, airplane crash to stop them out. I'm going to do the same thing in that van.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
He's going to eat him.
You look
I
tasty.
think all December long, we should have a special segment where we talk about safaris.
And all the terrible things that have happened. Yeah. You know there's a laundry list.
There probably is.
I mean, there's probably one story.
It's not just that animals will attack you. I think the research is, what do they do? Okay? Because a lion, from the few clips I've seen of a lion attacking a person, the problem is they don't just kill them. You know, they grab them by the neck like a tiger, and then they drag you somewhere.
Yeah, they run off with
you. But you're still alive when they're running away with your body. That sucks. At least with an elephant, like, first shot, it's done.
Right.
Hopefully.
And they drag you off by your head. They don't drag you off by. They don't they don't grab your leg.
Never the leg, never the arm.
Cats are instinctual. That's how they pick up their young. Nape of the neck, head.
And you got a big dome.
You're out.
They're going for that, man.
Just grabbing the
you
nose.
look like a blow pop.
They're
They're going to be like, oh, I'm grabbing that sucker by the head.
I don't want baboons stealing my crap. Then I got to negotiate with food to get my phone back. Like they no, a couple more dollars. Like that's not. It's a 5 spot. What do you want?
Yeah, what do you give a baboon? You got to give him food?
Right.
What food do you have that the baboon does not have access to?
And how does he know? You give me the phone back, I'll give you this banana. You know, like how in the hell do they know?
Now he has a banana and a phone.
Now he's putting up 2 fingers. All right, you want 2 bananas. All right. 3 bananas, dude? I mean, I never negotiated with a baboon.
And my shirt?
To get my crap back. Oh, God. Infection, disease, or illness. What did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROB.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor Portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
99.9 KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Who sucks less on the way at 4:30 right after emails and our question, infection, disease, or illness. What did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROCK.
One quick text, Miles. Everyone's making you paranoid about the African trip.
No, surely not.
Well, no, this one says, my brother and I, we had a leopard walk right up next to us in central Nairobi, made eye contact. There was no problem. For the leopard.
Hey, I had a house cat that tore me up. I mean, come on.
And you're looking at all these pictures. Leopards, much bigger than I thought they were.
Yes, they are.
Considerably bigger than I thought they were.
No idea.
Yeah, you'll find out.
Great.
Hello, Carl. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
What's up?
How are you, Carl?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
We're doing okay.
I'm great.
Yeah, I feel wonderful.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 years ago, I'm a guy of a certain age. I'll be 61 in January. About 2 years ago, I came home from work a little bit, maybe inebriated, and sat down on the couch to argue with the old lady, and woke up a month and a half later at UW Medical Center.
A month and a half later.
A month and a half later. And I was chained to the center of this bed. I guess I was in a COVID wing. And, yeah, it was a trip.
Is that what you got? You got COVID?
No. What happened was I've never turned down a chance to party. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I mean, when I was 14, my parents moved to Redondo Beach, took me with them. I was a transplant from Washington in the heart of L.A., basically, and I never met anybody that I never would party with, put it that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so they tell me that I ruptured the side of my heart, my aortic chamber. I don't have any recollection of it. I had no pain whatsoever. I got the scars where they cracked my chest open to prove it. I mean, it was, I don't know what happened.
What did your wife say that happened,
like during the argument?
Yeah, I mean, did you just pass out? Did you fall down
she
walking?
Claims we were never arguing, but that's, I remember what I remember.
Did she hit you over the head with a broomstick?
Right.
I mean, was there anything that happened?
I was sitting on the couch, and she was, where you been? What are you doing? And it was just, whatever. Yeah, okay, I got to go. I got chores to do, animals to feed. And the next thing I know, I woke up, and I guess they had to chain me to the bed because I kept trying to get up and go to work.
Okay.
All right.
And
while you were in a coma?
I guess they must have put medically induced a coma.
All right,
to shut you up.
Settled.
Okay, all right.
They basically cracked me open, repaired the rupture in my heart, and left. I didn't have COVID before this happened, but evidently the fire department took me to Olympia to St. Peter's, which is where I got the COVID from, and then a helicopter ride to UW, which I never got any scenery or nothing.
No, that sucks. Your only helicopter ride, you don't remember it.
Right. I still had to pay for it, but
of course.
Yeah. How cheap was that? By the way, was that $100?
It was about $23,000, I believe.
All right. Damn. Not as bad.
$23,000. Thinking that, man, just Uber my ass or something.
I bet you could buy a damn helicopter for $23,000.
Like $23,000.
Like a little crop duster, one of those little tiny
something, man. Like you don't even want like a single engine Cessna.
I could buy.
Call my buddy.
I'd buy a decent used car. Infection, disease, or illness. What did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
All right, so check this out. It was 2009, and I was in Iraq. I ended up having my appendix almost ruptured. I didn't know it at the time. So I get up in the morning. I thought I had gas. My stomach hurt, and I tried to get up and go do my daily duties. And I'm getting ready to give a mission brief, and the Sergeant Major goes, "Hey, what's wrong with you, Wagner?" And I'm like, "Oh, Sergeant Major, I don't know. I can't stand up." So he told me to get in the van. So I got in the van. We went to the kind of like a MASH tent in an Army hospital. And before I know it, I got 2 IVs in my arm. and they knocked me out, and I wake up, and they say your appendix was about to blow. So I had my appendix taken out in a tent while I was in Iraq.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
It was fun.
That's ideal.
So the only way to know there's anything, as best I can tell, the only way to know there's something wrong with your appendix is when something goes wrong with your appendix, right?
Correct.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's no other telltale signs. It's just.
But if you didn't get in here right away, you would have died.
You would have died, yeah.
I mean, so you got to identify it really. I've never heard anybody say, well, you could hang out for, 2 or 3 weeks.
But it seems, also, everybody I know that's had one, it seems like it's kind of a pain or whatever. Yeah. And then it's like a day later, it's like, oh my God.
Crippling
really
pain.
Right.
Yeah. But there's no other warning sign, which kind of sucks.
You think maybe it's a hernia, or maybe you have a stomach ache, or.
You probably just don't think your appendix first.
No.
Right? I mean,
because until it happens, how would you know?
Is it in this general area?
I don't know.
Is it on the left side or the right side?
Again, I don't know.
It's got to be on the right side, right? So I feel like the left side's like your liver and one of your kidneys.
You know what? I'm going to Google that. Where is my appendix? Where is my... You going left or right, Ted?
I'm going right.
I'm going left side.
I'm going right in the middle.
Towards the back.
I'm going in the middle.
Okay. The appendix is typically located in the lower right quadrant of the abdomen, approximately halfway between the belly button and the hip bone.
Belly button and the hip bone.
On the right side. Okay,
so
now I know where it is.
So it's your belt line, essentially, on the right.
Yeah, on the right side.
Okay.
So now I know.
I'm worried, man.
What are you worried about?
Because I still have an appendix and tonsils.
Mm-hmm. The two things that, you can live without them.
I got both of those. Yeah.
I got them.
Oh, all right. I felt like everybody had the tonsils gone.
No.
A lot of kids say, what did you have to get for your tonsils? Because I'm like,
but
80% of the
can't you
kids.
get tonsillitis?
Maybe that's what it is, tonsillitis, and then they take them out.
Well, it's like wisdom teeth, right?
Yeah.
Like eventually, you got to get them taken out.
If they're still growing. Because I want to say I have 2 that are still in my jaw, but the dentist is like, look, in the years that you've been coming here and we do the x-rays, they haven't moved. So you probably don't need to worry about it because they're not making the effort to grow.
I just like to go to my doctor and be like, hey, man, just schedule a surgery. Get the extra stuff out.
The stuff I don't need that only causes problems,
get rid of
take
the
it out of my
appendix.
body.
Right, get rid of the tonsils. No surprises.
My goal, to lose 5 pounds. Yeah. You taking stuff out of my body. Infection, disease, or illness, what did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, fellas.
Hola.
So I learned the hard way that when the doctor tells you something, you probably should follow that advice.
And what advice did you ignore?
Well, he said to take it easy. I had knee surgery. Said, all right. Had knee surgery Friday evening. Monday, I went out and walked 11 miles at work. Tuesday, I walked 10 miles. Wednesday, I walked another 9.5. Thursday, I couldn't even put shorts on. My knee was so swollen that it wouldn't even fit in shorts, and couldn't sleep. And I don't know if you've ever been in so much pain you can't sleep, but it's a whole different feeling.
It's awful.
Oh yeah. I was crying. My wife had to carry me into the damn doctor's office, and this little, very good-looking nurse decided. She said, "I'm going to milk your knee," and I looked at her and I'm like, "Milk my knee? That's different."
That's a different euphemism.
Yeah.
Hey, she was. I could have married her if I wasn't married already. When she got done milking my knee, they took 6 of the big syringes of fluid out of my knee.
Was that from, did your bursa sacs blow, all 4 of them?
No, it was just infection. I just pissed my knee off because they said to take it easy, and I just didn't do it.
Oh, so it was just because you had pussy and stuff.
Yeah. And so he said, all right, I want you in the ER tomorrow. Showed up to the ER. He didn't tell me he was keeping me, and I spent 4 days because he knew I didn't take it easy. So went in, they did surgery to clean it all out, and came out, and they're like, yeah, we're keeping you for 4 days to make sure you take it easy.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was $93,000 later.
What, $93,000?
Yep.
You know, at that point, they should just include the helicopter
What
ride.
was your deductible?
I mean, 92?
Yeah, 92.5.
I think it was like $8,300 after everything was said and done.
All right, so that was your out-of-pocket expense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Good Lord, man. $93,000.
Another thing, you guys are talking about ticks and stuff. My mom was the first case of Lyme disease in this state.
Oh, wow. Hey, there you go. Did you get a plaque for that?
Yeah. She got both of her hips, both of her knees 6 vertebrae. All were replaced by the time she passed away, and she had both of her wrists had been broken and reset like 3 times.
And all of that's from the Lyme disease?
Well, so she got Lyme's disease, which is an inflammation of fluid in the joints, and then she got rheumatoid arthritis, which is a hardening of all the fluid in the joints.
God.
So
okay, right.
Yeah,
So one just made the other one worse.
Yeah, in Washington, I don't know if you guys know, but it's kind of wet here, so not a real good place for that.
Is that kind of like osteoporosis? Is it the same kind of thing where her bones just keep breaking?
No. So with arthritis, it just starts, all the fluid in your joint starts hardening and turning into like hard calcium. So like her knees and stuff, they wouldn't even bend. They had to go in and they, like I said, when you looked at a x-ray of her thigh, there was about 2 inches in the middle where there wasn't a steel rod running up her leg from her hip replacement and from her knee replacement.
God, man.
How long did she live?
She was 56 when she passed away. She actually just passed away like 6 years ago.
Okay, that's young.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal. How long did she have Lyme's disease?
So she had Lyme's disease for 2 years before they figured out what it was.
Right. And being the first case, too. And that's even typical when you're in an area where Lyme disease is prevalent.
Right. They still don't know.
They still don't know what you have.
Yeah, so I was in her, she actually got pregnant with me, and I was in her stomach when she had Lyme's disease, so they actually studied me for the longest time. I'm 40, and I have arthritis already, and they say that could be the onset of, her being pregnant with Lyme's disease and me being in there because we're sharing blood, we're sharing all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, they studied her body at University of Washington when she passed away. They hauled her up there for like 2 months and then studied her body before everything. So,
are you allowed to visit? I know she's passed on.
Right, when they're doing that stuff.
If they got her for 2 months, you still allowed to go up there and say hi to mom or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
so,
that's crazy.
Damn,
56 is that's
brutal.
That's brutal.
Yeah, man.
Infection, disease, or illness. What did you have to deal with? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Amanda. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
All right, guys, I got a fun one here.
They've all been fun.
I grew up. This is a lot of fun. It's gonna Silence of the Lambs, yeah. I grew up having epilepsy, and so as a kid, I'd have seizures. As a young adult, I was having seizures like every 30 minutes or whatnot.
Jeez, man. That's a lot.
It was a bad quality of life, I'll put it that way. So they decided in 2001 that my neurologist team decided that I was a candidate for something called brain mapping. And basically, brain mapping is doing a craniectomy. They take your cranium off your head, and they stick a grid on top of your brain so that they can locate the focal point of the seizure.
I've heard of that, but I've never heard of any. I've never spoken to a person that has done it.
And then what do they do when they find it?
So then, depending on the focal point, they can dig at it and, take some out. Or they'll find out that area is going to, if they dig at it, take it out, it's going to have bad repercussions. So we'll just have to leave it at that.
All right. And what did they determine with you?
Well, so I'm going to give you that in just a second. But the thing is that during the process, it's fairly new back then. So they had to test me and make sure that I was a, proper candidate to put the grid on top of my brain. So I can sit here and tell you, gentlemen, that I have seen my brain. I asked to take some pictures. I wanted pictures of it. I was a kid. I was like, that's so cool, right? So that's one thing I say to people. And then also, when they were testing, they were doing things like getting a saline solution or water pressure, or they'd have like these thick sponges and they'd press or pick at areas in my brain.
Now, does that trigger a seizure? That's how they find it? Is that what are they trying to give you a seizure?
They tried to give me the seizure throughout the process, but I believe the reason why they were picking at the brain is because, like, say in the grid somewhere, that's an area that the seizure could potentially be. They were pushing and picking at it to see where it affected me. So, for instance, mine were in the front, like they had on my left side of my brain. So they were pushing on things on my left side of my brain, and my fingers in my right hand were like bouncing up and down. And then, or like my lip would drop down, or my eye would squint. Only my right eye was squinting. They had a process where they were like, "Okay, read this sentence." And for instance, the sentence could say, "The dog is brown." And I'd sit there reading it like, "The dog," and it was just crazy. So they were like pushing on my brain, doing that bit while I was doing these things. And my right side of my body was going nuts. It was just insane. So that was amazing within itself. Seeing my brain was amazing within itself. And then you had the question, like, what was the process of that? They did. I ended up getting the grid on my brain, but the problem is that I wasn't coming to. Like, after they put the grid on my brain, they also put my cranium back on top.
That's kind of them to do. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right.
I played the
game.
Great game.
However, what happened is that I did find out that my brain is a normal size. My cranium is abnormally small. And the way they found that out was they put my cranium on top of the grid, and then I wasn't coming to. I didn't wake up for like 3 weeks.
Jeez.
So then family members had to make a decision for me, and the decision was that they're going to put my cranium, instead of on top of my head where it belongs, they're going to stick it in my gut, in my belly. And
Why?
they do that because the nutrients in your belly is fatty tissue, and it will keep your cranium alive.
But how does it make it bigger to stick back on top of your head?
No. They'll, at the end of everything, they'll put it back on. They put it back on my head without the grid.
So it's like an Airbnb.
Oh, okay. So they took the grid off, put your cranium back on. But the goal was to have the netting or whatever on your brain with the cranium reattached, right?
They just did the grid part for testing to see if they could find the focal point. And then they were going to take it off anyway. But the funnest part of the whole thing, it was really a trip, was waking up 3 weeks after the surgery to my whole family surrounding me. And, my thought going in was, okay, I'll have a bandage on my head. Oh, no. I had a bandage on my stomach, and I was awake. I was in the hospital for 3 months. And you know the scene in the movie Spaceballs where the alien comes out of the belly?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up to this hard thing in my stomach. And I mean, that's just a weird thing. You're going in for your head, and you have all this wrapping and all this stuff going on with your gut, and it's hard as a rock.
Do you
it's just in your belly?
I'm assuming they shaved your head for all this, right?
Oh yeah, they did.
And when they put the cranium back on after they spent time in your stomach, when your hair started to grow back, did it grow back in all the areas where they cut and opened you up and all that stuff?
So I have little areas. So this scar is literally from the back of my left ear all the way to my forehead, and it looks a little deformed. Like if you look at me close, as far as the hair goes, I have these grooves in my head, like where they reattached me. And I didn't know this until my boyfriend just told me, but he said there's some little areas that are bald. There's not a lot of hair, but I have a full thick head of hair. So, I mean, the hair did grow back. My cranium, it gets itchy, so I kind of scratch it, and the little grooves that I have, it's kind of cool. And the little area that's on my belly, I call it my shark bite.
I'm so confused why he was checking out the top of your head.
Yeah. Baby. I mean, don't stop doing what you're doing, but there's a bald spot back there.
Yeah.
There's grooves.
That is an amazing story, man.
I don't want to interrupt, but
I just keep picturing her head looking like the old football helmet.
I was too. I picture look kind of Frankenstein-y.
She's got hair, so I'm like, we can laugh about it now, but yeah.
I mean, she seemed real upbeat about the whole process.
That was quite the question.
Yeah.
Who Sucks Less is on the way at 4:30 right after emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday electronic gifts like monitors, tablets, and video games. You'll have money left over for that drum set for your little drummer. And some noise-canceling headphones. Or an outdoor speaker system so the entire neighborhood can hear your holiday tunes. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, "Hey, can you put the game on?" At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today. The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9
KISW.
Who Sucks Last coming up until 4:30. We also have a little announcement here concerning our Ola Days Porter Party happening this Saturday at Black Raven Brewing up in Woodinville. But first, time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Got a few on our questions today, guys. Check it out. About 8 years ago, I tested positive for HIV. I got through injection. I only shared a needle with one person. I don't know how my chick got it, and she didn't know she had it, but I am thankful for the pills. I can live a long, healthy life. The pills make it so you're undetectable. You cannot pass it through sex. The pills literally are a lifesaver. Positive hump day.
Positive hump day.
That from Cole. Infectious disease. Guys, when the good old coronavirus was going around, I was skating fine for the longest time. Then one day, as I was finishing my CDL school and training, I came to work just feeling like crap. 2 hours in, I asked my trainer, can I go back to the yard and go home? I'm not feeling well. They let me go home. I went home and immediately went to bed. According to my fiance, I was burning up to a point of almost going to the hospital. Someone told her a home remedy of 1 part rubbing alcohol, 2 parts water, and wipe all over every half hour. That worked and managed to avoid the trip. Did the at-home and official test and was positive. Got over it within a week. That from Kevin in Linwood. Subject, South Africa and dying. This is great. Guys, I've been to about 10, 12 countries in my life, and South Africa is the only one I must go back to, okay? Super high crime rate.
That sounds positive.
Yeah. Super high crime rate if you are white. There is a 1 in 4 chance that you will be involved in a violent crime or a victim of. And the food, well, if you know where to go, it's fine. I'm sure your caller was talking about Nando's Chicken, kind of a KFC of South Africa.
Don't get the sauce.
The people are amazing. The site's breathtaking. Food is great. One phrase I was told, however, as I was on a hunting safari, be careful. There are a lot of interesting ways to die in Africa.
Okay. That's even better, man.
Come see me for the very last time as KISW presents Live Day, Friday night, December 13th at Showbox Soto. Get those tickets now, KISW.com. Come up and give me a farewell hug. We'll bro down a little bit, drink a beer.
Have you seen your hotel accommodations?
The tent that I just showed you?
No, not safari, like when you're in South Africa.
I have not seen it physically, no. I mean, I have no picture of it. I know it's by the airport.
Okay.
And the one in Johannesburg is. I'm not sure about the one in Cape Town. 'Cause I'm flying into Johannesburg and flying out of Cape Town.
All right.
So I'm not sure. But I'm from what I understand, they're close to the airport. Let's move on to birthday
shout-outs. That can be good and bad.
Yes.
I feel like there's always, I don't know. There's weird stuff that goes on by airports.
Oh, I agree.
Unfortunately, it's kind of like military bases.
Right. Like, I don't really need to go into town. I'll stay right here.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, more good news.
Yeah. I don't think SeaTac has it's always my goal. Right. Kind of high crime rate around there.
No, it's kind of where you drop off your airport or your U-Haul because you're moving here. And the next thing you know, the U-Haul's gone and so's all your stuff or your band gear or whatever the hell.
I just hope your hotel has a restaurant and stuff in it.
Yes, I do too. I mean, I very much.
That's what I feel like. And not just you, Miles, I'm being dead serious. I feel like any of us could get in trouble. We all like to explore.
Right, and walk around.
You'd hate to go out at 8 p.m. at night to go get, a snack and a beer and then
next thing you know, I'm roofied.
Or you're just getting stabbed.
Yeah, something like that. Good times. Let's move on to the birthdays, shall we? Happy 40th birthday to my husband, Jeff. He loves you guys and listens every day. Can I get a fish sandwich and a shotgun get or two from Thrill? Thanks and rock on, bitches. That from his lovely wife, Ashley.
Do I get a fish sandwich?
Get.
All the gentlemen, 47 years ago today, the epitome of women came into the world, my daughter, Simone. She amazes me every day for all that she does for her children, her family, her job, but especially friends and acquaintances. All we wish for our kids is happiness, whatever form that comes in, and I wish her all the happiness and then some. So how about a big old bong rip and Obama drop the beat, and could the Germans give her some ideas on where to find a good man? Happy birthday, Simone. Love, Mom and Dad. Thank you, guys, and rock on.
Yeah, if you want to find yourself a good man, I say you hop on the plane to Deutschland and look for me, the black German.
Yeah, so you can find lots of good men. It's a sex club.
Yeah.
Did we know how old his daughter is?
47 years old today.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, you asked that question. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, definitely sex club. I don't know. It's a store?
Bitches, after years of my friends not doing this, I'm taking matters into my own hands. Today, I'm 60 years old. I'd like to request a big old bong rip, a fart montage, and the Dirty Germans talking about all the different ways a machinist can drill, bore, and ream holes. Thanks for making me laugh so much. Rock on, guys. That from Charlie.
You could do that the other way.
Yeah.
You could ream a hole.
Yeah, I've reamed holes, I've drilled holes, and quite often I'm told I'm also boring the hole and told to go away.
Or sometimes the hole is boring.
Yeah.
It's like that little par 3 you play. Boing hole.
Oh, boy. All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's the Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Mom. Okay, we got a special announcement concerning the Ola Days Porter Party going down this Saturday from 4 until 8. It's absolutely free. Hopefully you can join us up at the Black Raven Brewing Facility in Woodinville as we get to taste the brand new limited edition Men's Room Ola Days Holiday Porter with notes of Grandma's rum balls, chocolate vanilla, orange peel, and holiday slices. Steve, you wanted a porta potty.
Yeah.
You got one.
What?
You got
There
a
you
porta
go.
potty. Oh! Thank you, Brian, at Honey Bucket for hooking us up. They're apparently right across the street. And the guys from Honey Bucket, they're going to stop by the porta potty.
The Honey Bucket offices are across the street?
Apparently,
I
they're
did not know that.
right next door.
So they have heard that we wanted the porta potty, and Honey, they're going to hook us up.
It's okay.
Hey, Honey Bucket, good looking at.
Yeah.
See, Castle was not keen on this idea. I'm glad that the guys at Honey Bucket said, wait a minute. What kind of porta party doesn't have a porta potty? So now we have the porta potty.
That's right. And it's not
Awesome.
it's not going to be functional, okay? You're not going to go in there and lay one down.
No, I just want the porta potty.
Yeah, we're going to use it more as like a photo opportunity, you know? Maybe like a photo booth, so to speak.
So the porta potty photo booth.
Yeah, I mean, how many people have a picture of themselves and their good
About
buddy
a picture in a porta potty.
in a Honey Bucket? You know what I mean? So there you
Actually,
go.
I feel like Honey Bucket, sometimes during the summer, they run things where you take selfies with the Honey Bucket.
Say what now?
Yeah.
For real?
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Honey Bucket. It's like, hey, take a picture with the Honey Bucket. We'll select a winner.
You know what, man? If that's the case, Honey Bucket, you're doing it right. If people are looking for the photos, so we're going to have the porta potty.
Take a picture of what you lay down and send it to them.
You should bring a pair of glasses and put them in there.
Relive the old days, man.
Yeah.
I wore those glasses today.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
Those
I
are the
did.
ones you dropped in the toilet.
Those are the ones I dropped.
Oh, right.
Yep, still wearing them to this very day.
You should wear them Saturday.
That's why I needed the Optigrip. You know, like I mean, seriously, because those things do slide right off my nose. All right, let's see. Coming up, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. But first,
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks less.
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Less. Steve will throw Hill. You bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They always suck. It is up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to like KISW on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. And what did you just say, Mike? The general theme here is that at some point, something belonged to someone else, and at another point, it didn't.
Correct.
All right. Well, let's just get started. You might remember this story from a week ago or so. Mike brought it to us. But look, if you ever have to be somewhere really important, maybe plan ahead a little better. So a guy named Cody Adams, he was at a gas station in Stillwater, Oklahoma last week, but he had to get to a court appearance in Pawnee, which is 30 miles away. It's a pretty serious charge for possessing a stolen vehicle, so he could not be late. But no one at the gas station would give him a ride. So he decided his best option was to steal another vehicle. Now, someone left their truck running with the doors unlocked, so he hopped in and took off. Now, that truck belonged to an EMT supervisor. They had a pretty good idea of where Cody was headed because he just told everyone at the gas station that he needed a ride to court in Pawnee. So cops caught up with him as he was walking into the courthouse. The good news is he did make his hearing. The bad news is that they took him straight to jail after hearing and booked him on fresh charges. He admitted that he took the truck, but claimed he was, quote, just borrowing it, not stealing it.
Okay.
No harm, no foul, but he's stupid. Now we go to Florida, where a woman's hankering for a late-night snack, but ended with her ducking for cover as the Uber Eats driver spit in her face, and then for good measure, stole her fall yard decor after she confronted the driver about taking some of her food.
Damn.
So Alexandra Aguilar, that's the Uber Eats driver, she went to a home shortly before midnight to make a delivery. The woman inside of the home said she went outside and confronted her after seeing the delivery woman take some of her food from the bag that she'd ordered. Now, when both women were under the overhang above the entrance to the front door of the home, the victim said she saw Aguilar holding her $10 Happy Fall Y'all sign. Now,
Happy Fall
Happy
Y'all.
Fall Y'all. That's what it said on the sign. $10. Now, when the victim grabbed the sign, she said the pair began arguing, and Aguilar then spit in her face. Now, after being spat on, the victim said she covered herself with the sign and moved to the furthest point from the suspect before she was stopped by the closed front door. That's when Aguilar took a decorative urn from the victim's yard and walked back to her car, where the victim said she saw her decorative columns by the suspect's vehicle. Now, after Aguilar left, the victim said she was missing 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 decorative plaster pumpkins worth $75 each.
What, did she, walk up to the door like eating French fries? I mean, how
I
in the
guess.
hell did she...
Well, the cops ended up tracking Aguilar down to her home, and she admitted to making a delivery to the victim's address. Now, the victim said she was not able to pick Aguilar out of a photo lineup due to a brain injury that impacted her memorization ability. However, based on her description, they knew they had the right person. Anyway, investigators arrested Aguilar based on the victim's statement, the suspect's statement, and records from Uber Eats. She was charged with burglary, with assault, and grand theft from a dwelling. So she ate her food, spit in her face, and stole her Halloween decor, including the Happy Fall Y'all sign.
Oh, no. Only available in the Southeast.
I'm guessing.
Happy fall, y'all.
And now we stay in Florida. This time we go to Orlando, where a mailman is accused of tossing away more than 1,000 pieces of mail, including 400 pieces of political mail and 1 election ballot. So on Friday, federal authorities, they arrested Otis McCoy. Boy, that's a name. They arrested Otis McCoy for stealing U.S. mail and dumping it in the woods instead of, delivering it to his assigned route. Now, according to court documents, a co-worker told McCoy's manager that he'd returned from his routes earlier than expected, despite leaving with, quote, a very large quantity of mail. The manager checked McCoy's vehicle's GPS and learned that he had deviated from his route to a wooded lot where the co-worker found several pieces of mail scattered around. A postal inspector, he began an investigation into the incident. He obtained surveillance video from a nearby residence that shows McCoy arriving at the wooded lot in the postal van. Stills from the surveillance video included the criminal complaint show a man standing near the van, appearing to throw the mail into the trees and bushes. Other pictures in the complaint show pieces of mail littered in the bushes, trees, and across the ground. And in one of the pictures, you can see what appears to resemble a Florida absentee mail-in ballot lying beneath a bush. So his goal wasn't necessarily the political crap that we're hearing right now.
He doesn't want to do his job.
He just wants to be done.
It was 1,000 pieces of mail. It was 1 ballot, right? And he just tossed it all in there.
Okay.
So again, we have the guy who inexplicably stole a vehicle to make it to court on time because they stole the vehicle. We have the Uber Eats driver in Florida who ate some of the victim's food, spit in her face, and stole a lot of her fall decor. And finally, the mailman in Orlando, Florida, just decided, 1,000 pieces of mail.
That's not the first time that's happened. That story
No, that happens more often than you'd like it to.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The guy in Oklahoma, he got arrested again, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, again, the vehicle he stole, one, it was the EMT supervisor, okay? But the one thing is, remember, he's at the gas station saying, I need to go to court in Pawnee. So when he stole the guy's truck, he basically called ahead to the courthouse and said, this guy's going to be showing up.
Okay. I think the Uber Eats driver in this case sucks the most.
Why? Which particular offense?
You ate my food.
Ate the food.
You spit on my face.
Yeah.
You take my garden gnome and whatever signs I got out there.
Happy fall, y'all.
Yeah. And, all you wanted to do was get your food. And now
that's it.
Now, I don't know what's gone. I don't know what this. Like, did she take a bite of pasta? Then I don't want to eat the pasta. Did she take a bite of someone's hamburger?
Just keep in mind,
was she eating a piece of chicken?
This was a midnight order, so I'm thinking this is like munchy or drunk food. You know what you've ordered and you really want it.
Right, he shows up with 18 nuggets. I'm pissed.
Right. Yeah, seriously.
Or it could be Taco Bell and there's just a bean burrito missing. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I would never order any of those things at midnight.
Clearly.
I'm sure that the postal worker was fired for his actions.
Probably get arrested. That's actually a federal offense.
All right, so he's gonna pay the price for that. I just think the guy in Oklahoma who stole an EMS vehicle to get to the...
It wasn't even an EMT vehicle. It was just the guy who's the supervisor of the EMT who stole his personal vehicle. Yeah.
All right. He is just a moron.
You think?
He is just an idiot. So I don't even think this guy knows how dumb he is. So I'm going to say that he sucks the lead. He was trying to make it to court.
He was.
He was doing what he was supposed to do. You just don't steal a vehicle to
His
get there.
heart was in the right place.
I agree with you. The Uber Eats driver sucks the most. Also, I think there's a little lesson in there for you, Miles.
What's that?
You're always like, you could steal a couple fries. No, you can't.
Yeah. No, I always say don't eat fries in the car. That's my rule. So you never even broach that.
Also, you can tell because generally most fast food places now do a good job of taping.
Yes.
There's like a little, and usually you're like your receipts on it. So like if that seal is broken, it's like, you SOB, you ate some of my fries.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go outside the box here. I think the mailman sucks the least.
Huh.
Because back in my day, we had a saying called going postal. And that's because postal employees were losing their ass and shooting people.
Yeah.
So I think this postal employee is losing his ass, just wants to go home.
Clearly.
And he just said, screw it, I'm throwing this out in the woods.
Somebody here says 1,000 pieces of mail is basically a whole route, depending on the size of the route. All right. That's from John the Mailman at University Place.
Oh, what's up, John? I wonder what he did, too.
What do you mean? With the extra time?
Yeah, because he's in a mail truck, so like...
Where did he have to be?
It's not that odd for the mail truck to be stopped. So in theory, you could just sit somewhere and play around on your phone and waste 4 hours. But, right, like, he wanted to get Piers off earlier to be done with the route.
Correct, because he got back to the post office so early that a coworker got suspicious.
Yes, I'm like, I don't know. Is there a sports game on? Did he just want to go home and lay on the couch?
I don't know.
Did he want to go to the bar and get a brewski?
Right, I was thinking, like, what was going on that day? Was it a sporting event? I mean, he's a guy.
I don't know.
I think he just snapped. That's why I'm happy he just threw out mail and nothing more. That's why I'm taking him to suck the least.
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less if you follow KISW on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. All right, coming up, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews, or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday electronic gifts like monitors, tablets, and video games. You'll have money left over for that drum set for your little drummer. And some noise-canceling headphones. Or an outdoor speaker system so the entire neighborhood can hear your holiday tunes. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
To the men's room.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, count on just minutes. We will drink and toast for the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Honk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Dental surgeons are recommending giving kids stickers or Play-Doh in lieu of candy for Halloween.
But they have to know we're not going to.
Or you can expect eggs on your house.
I mean, look, it's the right thing to say. We understand where you're coming from.
Right, you're a dental surgeon. That makes sense. You're going to want to...
We're going to give them candy. And frankly, to keep you in business, you should love Halloween.
Yes.
Like, hell, that's the moneymaker right there, man.
I agree. I fully agree. And
stickers, too, man. If it's like a little kid, fine.
Right. Otherwise, you want it on your vehicle.
Right. I mean, I feel like after, I don't know, 8 or something, they're like, where's the candy?
Where is it? I'm tired of all the tricks. Give me the damn treats.
Yeah, right? I mean, I don't know. You got to have some, there better be some cool-ass stickers.
Mm-hmm. Real cool. And they should be edible and taste like chocolate.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, at some point I must have gotten, besides raisins, there's some people used to give out stuff that wasn't always candy.
Yeah, I mean, you might get some kind of, like an apple, something like that. And you're like, it's fine. And you knew the person was going to give you the apple, but you ring the doorbell anyway. You're like, okay.
We did have one neighbor that they were interesting. But one fun one that I remember is that on a Halloween, they gave us scabs, and it was just dried apples.
Ooh. Okay. Well, for Halloween, that works.
Right.
Yeah, right. It worked.
There was a house in my neighborhood that was like a corner lot. They had crazy Halloween and Christmas stuff. But on Halloween, they would make a little haunted house through their garage.
Yeah.
But that was kind of their rule, was that you got to be able to go through it to get candy.
Okay. So if it scared you, you ain't getting candy.
Correct.
Nice. New York City just legalized jaywalking.
Oh, well.
I have a buddy. This is his worst nightmare.
Why?
Huh? He refuses to jaywalk.
I'm guessing he's from the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Yeah, that would explain.
Yeah.
I mean, look, in New York, they do it anyway. And most people do it when they have a break to do it. Then you get some people that just saunter out in the middle of the street like they're taking a picture for the Abbey Road album cover and dare you to hit them, which in New York City is a very bad idea.
Right. So, I mean, even if it's not illegal, I still think if you're crossing against the light, you get hit. That's still going to be your fault.
I think that's all they're saying. Like, look, you're a grown adult. We told you to look both ways. Have at it, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. A new study found that, yes, even animals seek out alcohol in the wild.
You know, I read that, man, and it's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I know.
Why wouldn't they?
Mosquitoes, elephants, baboons, spider monkeys,
I felt like that article was a little sexist, though.
Why is that?
The headline I read was rejected males drink alcohol. All right.
But only fruit flies.
Down.
But apparently when male fruit flies can't find a mate, they seek out booze. And I'm like, we have that in common.
Yeah, but it still felt sexist.
Yeah, it wasn't like, you know.
What if nobody wants to mate with the ugly female fruit fly?
Yeah. Then she just hangs around with her other female fruit flies who tell her how beautiful she is. Yes! Meanwhile, the males just sit down there and seek out booze and Doritos and Wild Wings.
Spicy over there today. I like it.
This is just fresh off the news desk. Blame the study, not me.
Rejected males. Like, yeah. All right, fine.
Right, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, if I was having sex, I wouldn't be at your bar on Friday night. But I'm not. I'll take an espresso martini.
The tear in my beer is for a reason. Espresso martini.
Can't get fruit fly ass.
We've been talking about Miles.
Next Halloween, I'm going to be a rejected fruit fly. Just hang out, yeah.
You just got a half bottle of tequila that you're just taking ribs out of all night.
1/400,000th of a hamburger. And my coworkers are trying to make me into a burger.
Well, you guys also remember that there was those, I feel like we get multiple stories of like raccoons that end up in warehouses or whatnot, and they go for the fermented fruit. Sometimes they just bust open the bottles of wine and stuff like that.
There's a village in India, say elephants don't forget.
Oh, yeah, monkeys.
So it's elephants, man. So they have, every year they do this festival, and the festival does have barrels of wine. That's kind of what they're celebrating.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 12 years ago, elephants came crashing through the town, but they started drinking all this booze. And now every year since then, at the same time, when they do this festival, you haven't seen these elephants for 12 months. They do this festival, that same herd elephant shows up, man. They're here for the booze.
Where's the good stuff?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, the town actually started producing extra booze and putting it in different places because they're going to show up. Right?
That's actually kind of badass.
And if you can't make it readily available, an elephant is going to tear through your stuff to find it because they know it's there, right? So they started putting the barrels kind of more concentrated areas, and it just reduced the destruction that the elephants bring.
That's gangster.
Because the drunk elephant is a difficult thing to do.
Yes.
And the thing is, elephants get
We're going to ride up on
hammered.
your festival. We're going to drink all your booze.
And there's
so
nothing
you know
you
what?
can do about
If you want booze at your party, make sure there's extra for me and my boys.
Right.
On the outskirts.
Spody.
We're coming.
Yeah.
Spody.
I mean, I have friends that I only know at tailgates.
Yep. That's
I'll see them the rest of the year. But it's like, you gonna have grills going?
Ted the elephant.
Ted the elephant.
I remember where the spot is. Yeah, Ted's like an elephant. He never forgets where your tailgate spot is.
That's right.
Parking lot 37A.
You guys all still single? We've been talking about Miles' upcoming safari adventure all show long, and we just wanted to make sure that you're prepared, Miles.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10. The top 10 most dangerous animals in Africa. I don't know about Africa, but I can tell you the most dangerous animal in Australia was Tom Selleck in his role as Matthew Quigley in Quigley Down Under.
Yes.
An expert sharpshooter hired to use his skills. Instead, he used those skills to best the douchey Alan Rickman character. Now, if Quigley were in Africa, we all know he could take down any animal at up to 900 yards. Even the elusive Milesapius Montgomerus.
Tom Selleck. Great. So these are the most dangerous animals in Africa.
Okay.
I've seen that movie just as my mom loves Tom Selleck.
Yeah. Number 10, the spotted hyena. They're the most common carnivores in Africa. Only of the 4 species of hyenas, the spotted hyenas are the largest, Miles. As highly intelligent creatures, they live in social hierarchical units called clans that can number over 100 members. Their cognitive abilities have been compared to those of primates if those primates wanted to kill a Miles Montgomery's.
Hyena on the list.
On the list.
On the list.
All right.
All right.
Some people think hyenas are bad because they're scavengers, but
I like them.
I kind of respect it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's like I've told you before, like the cheetah puts out so much energy. Once it gets the kill, it's got to chill.
Yeah.
And the hyenas are like, thanks, dude.
Cool.
Hyena's the guy at the end of the party when the lights come back on. You just kind of see him floating from stand-up table to stand-up table, like grabbing everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You gonna finish that?
Oh, man, this sandwich is only halfway done. Hey, man, you left some of your drink. Number 9, the leopard. Is a leopard on the list there, Miles?
Leopard?
It just says tons of big cats.
These elusive big cats found in various habitats across Africa and Asia command both awe and fear. Possessing remarkable agility, stealth, and strength, leopards are formidable hunters capable of taking down prey much larger than themselves, like a Miles Montgomery.
Leopards are smart, too. The ones in Africa, they put their kills in the tree so the hyenas don't get it.
Damn right.
Like that dumbass cheetah.
Yeah, stupid. The rhinoceros.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
They're on the list.
They do have notoriously poor eyesight. They have one of the worst visions of all animals on the planet. It is said that they can barely distinguish between humans and trees beyond 15 feet, so they rely on their strong sense of smell and hearing to get around. Attacks by rhinos are rare, but they do occur. Every year, safari vehicles are charged by angry rhinos who felt challenged or threatened. However, they're not generally aggressive towards humans, and only 2 or 3 attacks are reported a year because they think it's a Miles Montgomery.
Wow. Great. How did I know these facts about
These are actual, this is straight off the paper here.
All right.
I feel like only 2 or 3 attacks a year. That's good for you.
Those are good numbers. Those are good odds, Miles.
Yeah.
You play the lottery.
Yep.
The deadly lion, the king of the jungle.
Yeah. They also have white lions where I'm going.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seriously. The home of the white lion is...
When the children cry. Little child.
As the
I'm going to guide you now.
As the tour rig runs away, they just sit there, wait.
And they're like, that's all you know. We'll stop.
I see you put on your biggest southern accent. Yeah, where are them white lions?
Typically, lions do not view humans as food, but rather as a threat. It is believed that sick male lions are mostly responsible for attacking humans for an easy meal. Additionally, lions can hunt humans in areas where their usual food sources become scarce. It is estimated that 100 people are killed by lions every year. Waiting to add a Miles Montgomery to the list.
Yeah.
The Cape buffalo. Are you saying the Cape buffalo?
Yes, I am. They're right here.
In the past, when hunting the big 5 animals was prominent, it was known that the buffalo killed more hunters in Africa than any other animal. Today, they reportedly charge thousands of people a year. How much? And kill about 200.
Oh.
They can attack suddenly and unpredictably, causing serious injury with their huge curved horns. Buffalo are gregarious and live in mixed herds, often numbering hundreds of individuals. They can weigh up to 2,000 pounds and stand 6 feet tall at the shoulders, so it can stare eye to eye with Miles Montgomery.
How do you think about buffaloes?
And they're killing the most right now.
That's what I'm saying.
But also, when you go to Montana or anywhere else, you're not just going to be me talking trash. You can be like, listen, I've seen a buffalo. That is a bison.
You're a bison.
Mm-hmm. That's not a buffalo.
Yeah. Go to Yellowstone and correct them, Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The African elephant.
Yes. Yes, they're on the list.
They're active social animals that live in herds as large as 100 individuals.
Jeez.
They are constantly on the move in search of food and apparently booze. As herbivores, they spend between 12 to 18 hours a day eating. The bulk of their diet consists of grass, leaves, bark, fruit, and a variety of foliage, and the occasional Miles Montgomery.
Oh, thanks.
Do they even eat the human, or they just stomp them out?
They just stomp your ass out.
And then they drink the juice.
Yeah, just for fun, huh?
Yeah, just a Miles smoothie.
Oh, damn. They're all in there.
The hippopotamus.
It's on the list.
Oh, that's a bad one.
The third largest land mammal behind only elephants and white rhinos.
Never heard of a white rhino?
I have.
So many jokes.
White buffalo, white rhino.
What does the white rhino sound like?
Oh, hello, it's me.
Yeah.
The white rhino.
May I help you?
Pardon me.
It's very nice to meet you.
Could I talk to you about your portfolio?
Got one of those calls today.
The white rhino redoes a high five.
Misses the first 2 times. I suggest you max out your eye.
Then he goes up to the black rhinos. What's up, my guys?
Get out of here with that dumb talk.
Yeah.
Fellas want to get funky?
I too love jazz.
We can't say that word. I'm a white rhino.
Hey, if Gosling can win an Academy Award for
I'll sing it.
the white rhino can listen to some jazz.
I'll sing it in my car. That's it.
I'll sing it in my car. Whew. Okay. Oh my God! I got some flare-ups in traffic.
Yeah.
They can grow. The hippopotamus can grow to 16 feet in length, 5 feet in height at the shoulders, and over 3,300 pounds in weight. Hippopotamus have long
16 feet.
Oh yeah, they have long canines that can reach up to 20 inches long. These teeth are used for combat and play. No role in feeding unless they want to eat a Miles Montgomery.
Here's the white line,
which they will do. They will do. They will munch down on a Miles Montgomery.
Yeah, aren't hippos like one of the few animals that's like, hey, I'll go eat a human for fun.
Oh yeah.
Well, hungry hippos.
They'll more like just snap. They just want you dead. So my understanding is they bite your ass in half, and then they're like, "Hey, crocodiles, if you want some of this."
That's why I'm putting marbles in my survivor bag.
There you go. They'll also just pull off a piece.
Yeah.
They'll just like hold you down, pull off an arm, and then just let you sit there and scream for a while. They're like, I got you. We're all good.
They're into some weird stuff.
They are, dude. Oh, the Nile crocodile.
Wow.
We rip the wings off chickens.
The Nile crocodile.
Yeah, we do.
The chickens probably think we're sick asses.
I don't think I'm going to have to deal with that bad boy.
They're highly adapted aquatic predator. It's Africa's largest freshwater reptile, measuring as long as 20 feet and weighing up to 1,650 pounds.
It's a dinosaur. Half these animals are dinosaurs.
It's going to shock you, Miles. They're ambush predators that wait for prey to come within range.
In a kayak.
Especially if it's Miles Montgomery.
Thank you, REI.
Snakes. All kinds of snakes. Worldwide, there's about 5.4 million snake bites each year, resulting in 1.8 to 2.7 million cases of envenomings. Venomous snakes can bite, venomous snake bites can cause serious medical emergencies such as paralysis, bleeding disorders, organ failure, and tissue destruction. The estimated number of fatalities from snake bites ranges from 81,000 to 138,000 a year. But they'd like to add one more if it's a Miles Montgomery. Careful, they like to sleep in bed with you.
Think of snakes.
They like to sleep in bed with you, Miles.
That's the first thing I thought about.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The black asp.
I saw one the other day. I forget what it's called, but it almost
like a
looks
big black
it's like
ass.
trotting. Yeah. Camouflage.
Look at that big black ass.
Oh, man. That is a big black ass right there.
I don't want to go now.
And then the number one most dangerous animal in Africa. You know it. You love it. You hear all about it. The mosquito.
Yes, it is. I was hoping that would be number one.
That's wild. I mean, I know that stat. That's still insanity.
They cause between 700,000 to 1 million human deaths per year, all because they're hoping one of them is Miles Montgomery.
They love me.
They do. Do they really?
Oh, God.
Oh, no, you're doing them.
No, I get lit up, man. If I'm in someone's backyard, I am.
Do you have off? Are you bringing citronella candles?
Africa style off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that stuff would even work. It's like
your powers are weak.
I might do like Kodak bear spray. Maybe I'll bring bear spray. You know,
something.
Police in Georgia.
Oh, what if the lion just ate it? Like, yeah. Anyhow, dude, it's like a breath mint to me.
Thank you, citronella.
You know I'm not a bear, right?
Police in Georgia posted a plea to the public on social media, and I'll tell you what it said at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, it's going to contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. All right, we made it to drinking time.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday beauty gifts, like hair care, makeup, and skincare. You'll have money left over to get your bro the big bottle of cologne. Just remind him one spritz is enough. Or waterproof mascara for that one cousin that makes you laugh till you cry during the family photo shoot. Say cheese! Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast Caitlin and Cale Ryan.
Yeah.
Owners of Famous Yeti's Pizza in Stoughton, Wisconsin. Now, they had to shut down their pizzeria for a day after more than 25 people visited the ER after eating there. Now, dozens of other people reported weird symptoms, including anxiety and paranoia. Now, initially, the fear was that there was a carbon monoxide leak inside of the restaurant. The good news, it was not carbon monoxide. The problem was they'd run out of oil while making pizzas. So they grabbed a bottle from a communal kitchen that's shared by multiple businesses in the same place. Now, the oil made its way onto pizzas, sandwiches, and garlic bread. The oil itself had been used by a neighboring vendor that made THC-infused brownies. And unfortunately, the people at the pizzeria did not notice the tiny label specifying that the oil that they used contained Delta-9 cannabis.
So these guys were just getting high.
They were getting high, but if you don't know you're getting high, or if you're not somebody to get... So the problem was this. They ran out of oil, communal kitchen. Can we borrow your oil? Yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do. No one gave it another thought. For 2 days, they made, I want to say it was 60 pizzas. I don't remember how much garlic bread or how many sandwiches
they must make pan pizza, because you worked at a pizza place.
Yeah,
Did you ever use oil?
Probably use occasionally, depending how they wanted to make it. So, yeah, I think it's just the pan pizza. You put the oil so it doesn't stick to your sheet. Right? They're making the pizzas. They don't know. People are going to the ER freaking out. Again, still no one thinks it's weed. It's like, oh, my God, carbon monoxide. Nothing. Then they finally pieced it together when they said, hey, man, this says Delta-9 cannabis on it. And you kind of go, aha, everyone's high. Because it was such an honest mistake, believe the city, like, we're not even giving them a citation. Like, we get it. Just
even if you use edibles, if you don't know you're eating one, that would be a weird feeling.
If you don't know, keep in mind, that's kids, adults, you name it, man.
Now that's a piece of pie.
So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, Tony.
So, liquor and spores.
Liquor and spores, yes. Tony, you understand how this here game is played?
I do.
Okay, fantastic. So today you have your choice of one of three categories. Today we offer you the wonderful world of drugs. We offer you interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And new today, brand new category, license to spill, where you guess the substance that made the mess.
Okay. I am torn between drugs and spilling, but I'm going to ask you, Thrill, since you know, what's the story I should go with?
I'm going to leave it up to you, man. We got drugs, we got spills, we got interior decorating. Entirely up to you.
Okay, drugs.
All right, drugs it is. All right, we go to Greenwood, Indiana, where a man has been charged with attempted murder after shooting at his stepfather and stepbrother as they drove away from an argument. So 20-year-old Joseph Davidson, he was charged with multiple felonies, including attempted murder, battery, and possession of a machine gun. He has since been booked into jail on $100,000. So as the story goes, police were called to a domestic disturbance after a man called 911 reporting that his truck had been shot at, disabling the vehicle. The man said his stepson, identified as Davidson, had shot at him after an argument at the house. Now, the man told officers that Davidson had arrived home the night before with two unknown friends who he suspected to be carrying guns. Now, court documents describe how Davidson began arguing with his mother about having his friends stay at the house. Well, that argument turned physical, and that's when Davidson's stepfather intervened and attempted to calm Davidson down. However, Davidson yelled to his friends to, quote, get the switch, before telling his stepfather, quote, I've got something for you. Well, the stepfather's not stupid, so he grabbed his juvenile son, who was sleeping in a room next door, and ran to his truck. As the stepfather and son were driving away, Davidson stepped out to the front porch, aimed with a handgun, and fired 5 shots toward the truck. And investigators, later they did find 5 spent .45 caliber casings just outside of the front door, plus bullet holes in the truck and its tires. After speaking with the stepfather, the officers went to the home where the argument began, and they found Davidson hiding in an upstairs bathroom. And Davidson told officers he woke up to, quote, some bull S, as his mother and stepfather were upset with his friend staying over. But he said he didn't know what happened after that because he does drugs. Well, we know what happened. He tried to kill his stepfather. The question is, what drug was he on that conveniently erased his memory? Was he on meth? Was he on crack? Was he on Xanax, or was he on PCP? So meth, crack, Xanax, or PCP. What was Mr. Shoot 'em Up all hopped up on?
Okay, well, I've never done Xanax. I've never done PCP, but I think it's one of those two.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. Those are the two I'm looking at. Where was that again?
Indiana.
Tony, I'm going to go meth.
Oh, okay. You know, that I don't know, that one kind of heightens my memory a little. But I might be ADD. Miles, respectfully, I'm going to go with PCP.
PCP for Tony.
All right, I'll take Xanax.
All right.
Xanax for Ted. All right, what was this guy on? We try to shoot up his family. Meth, crack, Xanax, or PCP? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Category is drugs on Profile This. We got an Indiana man who shot at two family members, stepfather and I guess half-brother or half-sister. Either way, there was an argument about his friend spending the night. He goes to get a gun. The stepfather grabs his youngest child, puts it in the truck, puts the kid in the truck, and they drive away. And the guy shoots at the truck from the porch.
And hits it.
And hits the truck multiple times. He was on drugs. The question is, was he on meth, crack, Xanax, or PCP?
And that is the very question that we posed to our friend Tony there. And Tony, who said, I've never done Xanax, Or PCP. Real quick cover there. He went with PCP. It was not PCP. Miles, you went with the tried and true methamphetamine. Yep. It was not methamphetamine. And Ted, you went Xanax.
Yeah.
And you are correct, sir. Why'd you go Xanax?
Honestly,
yeah,
because he said get the switch.
All
So
right.
I assumed it was a younger black man, and Xanax is very popular in a lot of songs right now.
Okay. All right.
That was an interesting
It
way
worked.
to get there, but it worked. I mean,
Well, and the stepfather knew what he meant.
yes.
Right.
Like, if I said get the switch to you, you think I'm going to get a stick off the tree and spank you.
Right. Yes, I would. Yes, exactly.
I dare you.
Exactly.
Right, if he said, I don't grab whatever. That's how I came up with it.
All right. Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Choices today: The Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title of these guys have teams of talented writers who help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
New York State just banned the sale of caffeine-infused cannabis. Now, if you want drugs in your caffeine, you have to do it the old way, winking at the Dunkin' Donuts cashier.
Fallon. Yeah, I'll say Fallon.
That's Fallon.
New York State just banned the sale of caffeine-infused cannabis. Yeah, now if you want drugs in your caffeine, you got to do it the old way, winking at the Dunkin' Donuts cashier.
Just be a grown-up and have a hippie speed bump.
Do we have that? Is that, I've never, caffeine-infused cannabis.
No, I'm making a joke, but isn't the hippie speed bomb drinking a coffee while you smoke a joint?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
A new lawsuit accuses Subway of grossly misleading their customers by advertising sandwiches with 3 times more meat than it delivers. The CEO of Subway was like, "Trust me, we're doing you a favor."
Fallon. Lee Ted Smith.
That's Fallon.
A new lawsuit accuses Subway of grossly misleading customers by advertising sandwiches with 3 times more meat than it delivers. CEO of Subway was like, "Trust me, we're doing you a favor."
Canada is being overrun by butter thieves. They've been on I know. They've been on several large-scale butter thefts over the past 10 months. The cops in Canada are on the case and hoping to close it quick since there's no margarine forever. Aaron.
Lee Ted Smith.
God, I hope that's you.
Yeah, see. I've been pumped about that one for a while today.
Margarine of error.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. I didn't tell you. I wanted you to hear it. Health officials in Wisconsin have issued a warning that pizza purchased at Famous Yeti's Pizza may be contaminated with THC. Though if you're headed to Famous Yeti's Pizza, you're probably already contaminated with THC.
Seth. I'll say Fallon.
That's Seth.
Health officials in Wisconsin have issued a warning that pizza purchased at Famous Yeti's Pizza may have been contaminated with THC, though if you're headed to Famous Yeti's Pizza, you're probably already contaminated with THC.
I'd go there.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a pizza place name I wouldn't go to.
Slop. Slops. You know what? I'd go to Slop's Pizza.
Home of the sloppy pie?
Yeah, home of the sloppy pie. We were just going to call it Brenda's, but...
Sloppy pie.
I mean, we go to Dick's to get a burger, right?
Yeah, good point.
Right? I'm telling you, anything's a pizza place. All right, I got a list here of celebrities who starred in horror movies before they made it big. Mike, just go ahead, because when I told you this list, you already had one. You were 100% correct.
And is it a woman?
It is.
We're tracking. She went on to become very, very, very popular.
Very popular.
Her
created
hair,
a
created,
hairstyle.
yeah,
Yeah. Jennifer Aniston.
All right, well, you know what movie?
Hold on. Leprechaun or Leprechaun 2. I don't remember.
Leprechaun. You guys are good.
Yeah. You know, when I started getting into scary movies, I was going through all the classics, and as I was scrolling,
classic?
Well, I was scrolling like Netflix or something like that, and they had a whole bunch of them on there. This was a while back, and I was like, let's watch Leprechaun. I was like, by God, it's Jennifer Aniston.
She doesn't want you to remember that. I don't think it was ever
kitschy,
scary.
no.
Yeah.
All right. It was back in that day of those kind of campy.
Yeah, it's a
movies.
leprechaun, and he's homicidal. And you can fill in the rest. That is the premise of the movie.
Let me ask: is Lawrence Fishburne on this list?
Ooh, Lawrence Fishburne.
He is not.
What movie was he in?
Nightmare on Elm Street, I believe 3. He played a doctor, and he was actually credited as Larry Fishburne.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
That's why I yelled at your cousin.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Hey, Larry, it's Lawrence.
Right. He switched it to Lawrence.
You don't want to be called Larry?
Ryan Gosling. He was in Frankenstein and Me in 1966.
1960.
God, that's 96.
Okay.
96.
How old is that man?
God, he's good looking.
It's a lot of plastic surgery, dude.
That sounds like a Ryan Gosling
What was the name of it again?
Frankenstein and Me.
Yeah, sure, that was the theme song.
Right, I'm sure he sang it, and he had like some weird buddy cop relationship
That's what I'm
with
saying. Like, was
Frankenstein.
it his buddy with Frankenstein?
Exactly.
You want an old one or a new one?
Let's go old.
All right. John Travolta.
He was in Carrie.
Carrie. Yep.
Good call.
Mm-hmm. He was the douchebag.
I'm fighting the urge to call this person a flounder.
Oh, no, it's Anya Taylor-Joy.
She was in The Witch 2015.
She was also in Split.
The flounder.
Somebody
movie.
texted us that. That was pretty damn funny.
By the way, Frankenstein to me, big break for Ryan Gosling. It also had Burt Reynolds.
Oh, my God.
But Earl Williams, he's a dreamer teenager obsessed with monsters who fantasizes his life as if he were living in the world of the monsters of Universal Studios.
Did Burt Reynolds play Frankenstein?
No, he played a guy named Les Williams.
All right, George Clooney. Do you guys know what movie he was in?
Hold on, George Clooney.
He was actually in a couple of them.
Oh, I know this one.
What year-ish?
87 and 88. And they both have Return in the title.
Was he in like a Friday the 13th, Return of Jason or
So
something?
in 87, he was Return to Horror High.
Horror or horror?
Horror.
Oh, it's George Clooney.
Yeah, horror, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Horror.
But he was also in Return of the Killer Tomatoes in 88.
Ah, okay.
All right.
He was in the sequel. He went, that's a damn good. I want to be in the next one.
Yeah. that's you always hire better actors in the second
That's
one.
right.
Hey, do you know who else was in Return to Horror High? Not just George Clooney. Maureen McCormick, who you know is, which one was she? Marcia from the Brady Bunch. That's a stellar lineup.
Drew Barrymore, 1984.
Firestarter.
Good call.
Oh,
Stephen King flick, my man.
Yeah, I'm just impressed how many scary movies you know.
But I knew
I gotta
who
know
she
for a
was at that point because she had just done E.T. like the year before
Right.
that.
Yeah, she was still a kid when that one came out.
Yeah.
Sadly, already boozing.
Yeah.
Do you know what movie Charlize Theron was in?
Is it Monster? Like
1995? Children of the Corn. Urban Harvest.
Okay. It's like, I just watched Children of the Corn. I didn't remember her in that movie. Okay.
Yeah, she played Malachi. Little plastic surgery.
Well, this one, they go into the city.
Yeah. Urban Harvest.
Urban Harvest.
And then Demi Moore.
Oh,
What
Mr.
year?
Brooks.
82. And it's something that can infect you.
Virus.
Parasite.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Okay. Nope, I don't remember that one.
Well, yeah. Horror, I feel like scary movies are kind of like that, too. Like, people either know them or they don't know them.
Not a whole lot of them stand the test of time.
Right, like there's Halloween, there's like the original Friday the 13th. Like,
Sure.
There's like, I don't know.
Your staples, your mainstays.
There's right, but like there's a lot of them made, but you don't always know
I
them.
feel like in the 80s, they put out horror films, every 2 weeks, and
Sure.
hence Leprechaun and all that. So a lot of those fell by the wayside.
Right, because it just became film candy. They were cheap to make because people didn't care
Yeah.
about the special effects there. The
That's a good
stories
point.
didn't need to be any kind of good. It was just something is killing this group.
And they also do a lot of grindhouse type things where they show just 2 back-to-back because they were that close to being released. So you go
And
and
they're
you watch
90 minutes. They
yeah,
don't
that's
long at
exactly.
all.
You go for 3 hours and you watch 2 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like they should be making more of those kind of campy ones now. There's so many streaming services that'll pay for movies.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Why not?
Let's see, the World Series is going on. Now listen, do you guys remember the name Steve Bartman?
Vaguely.
So Steve Bartman was the Cubs fan back in the 90s, right? The Cubs hadn't won in years. He goes for a foul ball. He legit thought he was going to catch it. It's in foul territory. Unfortunately, he interferes with the Cubs player. He does not catch it. They end up going on to lose that game and then lose the series. Now, Steve Bartman had to go into hiding. To this day, it's been 20 years or 20-some years. He has not done an interview. I want to say he had to move out of the Chicago area, wherever he lived. And that guy was just a good fan.
And people were going to kill him.
Right, and it was in foul territory. It wasn't even his fault. No, trust me, nobody felt worse than Steve Bartman on that day.
Right.
And then last night, but that was a mistake. Last night would be, and I rarely used to swear, one of the more egregious thing in fan behavior I've ever seen in my life.
Wide right by Torres. Betts in the corner. Does he have room? Fights with the fan. And they're going to say that it's an out and fan interference. And yeah, Betts has that ball in his glove, and this fan literally tries to take his glove off. Pries the ball out of there. A for effort.
Well, he won't be watching the game much longer.
Wow, he might. Just from a TV. He'll be watching us on the TV.
He'll be watching from somewhere else.
Yeah, and there's a reason people hate Yankees fans. Those two idiots are a prime example. I think screaming F you to Freddie Freeman when he's holding up a sign about cancer for his mother. I mean, they're the worst.
I read an article earlier today about that guy who caught the ball. So he was a hockey player at Arizona.
Right. He went to college with Gronk because Gronk was talking about it this morning.
Yeah, that was the whole point of the interview was Gronk knows this guy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So of course I clicked on the story and he's a maniac. If he said he was going to do something, whatever the deal.
Gronk said in that interview with Kay Adams, he said this guy's been talking about doing this for years. Apparently him and his buddy, they have those seats, but just don't do that. You're a fan. You're not part of the team. And then second of all, it's 2024. Did you think nobody was going to notice? It's already an out.
They're trying to open the glove.
They're trying to open the glove, and then his buddy takes Mookie Betts' other wrist away. Credit to Mookie Betts.
He was real cool about it.
I'd
have had a different response.
Right, Mookie Betts, I'm telling you, besides all the sports he plays, this and that, I don't care what sport it is, start a franchise with that dude. But he was super nice about it. But in the end, his arm's at a weird angle. Yeah. Those dudes are grabbing it. But the other thing, too, I just want to tell him, you're dumb. Did you really think that was the referee or the umpires are going to be like, oh, you know what? He didn't catch it. Take another crack at it, son. Obviously that was going to be an out, or even if it wasn't.
Did they escort them out of the stadium at that point?
Yeah. So they took him out of the stadium, and then I was saying, I was watching some shows earlier today, and they were they haven't said they can't go back. And then Miles hit me to later in the day, they were CNN and stuff were they're banned from going to the World Series. I would ban them from the stadium.
Yeah. No, they're season ticket holders. They basically said, look, just come back next year. You just can't go to the rest of these games.
But that's insanity. They did that on purpose.
Yeah, I'd be I don't trust you to be here.
Right. And Yankees fans...
Or you can't sit there.
And Yankees fans already suck about this. I rarely watch Baltimore Orioles games anymore, but when I was a fan, at little pipsqueak, Jeffrey Mayer...
Oh, yeah.
Right? Over Tony Tarasco. That changed. It's just Yankees fans, just stop being a-holes. And then they wonder when they come out here and take over T-Mobile Park, where everybody's yeah, we don't like you guys.
Right.
Anyhow, Game 5 tonight on Fox. Go Dodgers!
There we go.
I love the Dodgers.
We appreciate it. You're listening to The Minute.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon Fall Favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on Fall Favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Georgia authorities remind couples to not have sex outside of McDonald's for all to see. Meanwhile, if you rob a store 15 times, don't forget about that pesky closed-circuit TV. People are now collecting as many live tarantulas as they can. One man in Idaho, he is a true peanut M&M fan. And deers are getting their heads stuck in plastic pumpkins. For some reason, only in Ohio. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story, we go to Georgia, where local authorities have a simple ask of the residents. Someone made a call to authorities, and a couple were arrested with a story that prompted them to post this to their social media. Quote, if you decide to exit I-85 with your life partner while on a road trip to reconcile your relationship, please don't, quote-unquote, reconcile in the grass between McDonald's and Raceway. Yes, it happened, and in broad daylight. Get a room. Go home.
Did you see a picture of the two women involved?
Oh, Lord, no, I did not. Oh, yeah?
Good.
Georgia
God,
special?
It was. I was like, nobody needed to see that. I think that's why the cops are
That's
upset.
why people were mad.
It's not about what you're doing. It's about what you look like, and people had to see that.
The pair were arrested and charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct after officers arrived on the scene to find the pair in the buff and getting it on the grass.
God, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. In other news, here we go again. Another TikTok challenge that should be avoided through common sense is now being cautioned. A teenage driver in Louisiana had been left without a car thanks to a new drifting challenge on TikTok. Multiple witnesses made calls to authorities after they spotted the car weaving in and out of traffic, brake checking other drivers before he eventually lost control, drove into the opposite lane of traffic, and crashed. He told officers who arrived at the scene that he was playing Drift, a video game featured on TikTok and YouTube at the time of the accident. Nobody was seriously injured in the crash.
Right. He's playing the video game Drift as he's driving.
They called it a challenge in the news story, but their explanation of it was just drifting.
Okay. So he just happened to be
the
playing.
drift challenge is when you accelerate rapidly so that your tires break loose and you start to lose control of the car.
Right.
That's what drifting is.
Drifting is.
So, and then when I looked it up, there's actually a game called Drift, which you drift a car on TikTok or YouTube or whichever medium that you're playing it on. So I think he was literally just playing a video game, weaving in and out of traffic.
I wonder if they had the Grand Theft Auto TikTok challenge.
Yeah, right.
Oh, come on.
To Missouri, where a man chose an interesting target for his grand theft scheme. Speaking of which, over the course of several months, he was observed and recorded walking in and out of a local establishment with several items of various sizes that he had not paid for. Through 8 separate occasions over the course of a few weeks, he managed to make off with more than $12,000 worth of merchandise, causing police to move in and apprehend him on some serious charges. His targeted store? Harbor Freight. Which means he basically stole the entire doggone store if he stole $12,000 out of there.
I think he walked out with a generator at one point. He did. I mean, that guy was not messing around.
Right. Well, and I wonder if it's just one of those places where they don't have armed security inside of Harbor Freight.
So you just grab what you can, I guess.
And another one of the things, I forget which retailer was talking about it, but they were like, no, we know when you steal things. We just wait for you to rack up enough charges to where we can hit you with a felony count and make it worth our while to come after you.
That's it, right. Misdemeanor, you could be doing it again soon.
Right. Exactly. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
A man in Idaho has put the stamp on the record books and showed us all what perseverance means. He set out on a goal to break the record of the fastest time, sorting a 17.6-ounce bag of peanut M&Ms by color.
All right. Did he have other competitors, or is this just him?
He broke the record. The record was already set.
How big was the bag?
17.6. Ted is now looking up what that.
I just want to see which
is.
size bag that is.
The standing record was a hefty 1 minute and 14 seconds, but he knew that he could put that record into the dust and get his time under a minute. And in spite of his kids sabotaging his efforts via water in his M&M's bowl and his son making some disappear, he muscled his way through it all to come out with a time of 57.78 seconds.
Yeah. That is a life skill.
Call that a party size.
That's a party size.
That's one of the bigger bags, right?
Yeah.
It's over a pound of M&Ms.
I could do that with the Christmas ones.
Just 3 different colors or 2.
2.
There you go. Men's Room Sports. The Yankees went off in the late innings of last night's game, breaking the cycle and forcing a Game 5, which is currently underway over on Fox. You've also got college football on ESPN2, hockey on TNT, and some NBA basketball on ESPN. As far as your weather, Pardon you a little bit there. Things should be drying up tonight to make for a cloudy night with a low of 45, but the rain will be back off and on tomorrow with a high of right around 52. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes and the game known as Big Dummy.
Yes, indeed, it's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best, and for Aletha's sake,
stay beautiful, quite literally overall.
The men's room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the difficulty out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our compassionate therapists specialize in helping you navigate stress, anxiety, ADHD, OCD, and so much more. With both in-person and telehealth appointments available, you can get the support you need in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group also accepts most insurance plans, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Mindful mental health providers offer services for children, teens, adults, and seniors seeking individual, family, or couples therapy. Whatever you need, we're here for you. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com or call 562-MINDFUL to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.